Oh, my goodness.
Gosh.
I mean, I totally forgot that it was an angel chair first.
So had I. That was 2010. That was the ultimate Big Brother in 2010, when everybody thought it was going to be the very last Big Brother, and Davina conducted a funeral service for it. Do you remember?
I do remember.
And then Channel 5 bought it, and it carried on and on, and now it's going on to ITV. So do I. I love it.
The first celebrity one, though?
No, the first celebrity one, which I was on, was 2001. And that was the one with Chris Eubank and Jack D. Jack D won it, and Anthea was on it, Anthea Turner, Claire Sweeney, Keith Duffy from Boyzone.
That's Jack D climbed out, didn't he? I remember it now. He
if you believe that. If you believe that.
Oh, is it a little bit...
Well, I don't know. He did come back with his cheeks, do you remember, with camouflage with mud. And actually, the whole place was concrete. There was no mud anyway. So nobody quite knew, even inside the house, what was really happening then. It was very mysterious. Because it was the first ever celebrity Big Brother and the first ever celebrity anything. You hadn't seen any celebs on a reality show ever before, and none of us knew what to expect.
Vanessa, had you even watched Big Brother before you went into Celebrity Big Brother?
There had been one real Big Brother, the one with Nasty Nick, obviously, the one which Craig won. And massive. Most people came to it sort of halfway through. When Nasty Nick started being nasty, it was like, oh, my God, have you heard about this show? Oh, my God. So I had seen that, but there had never been a Celebrity Big Brother or Celebrity anything. And we didn't get paid. It was for comic relief.
Oh,
and it was only a week long, and it was half shown on the BBC and half on Channel 4. And when we went in, none of us knew if anybody would even bother watching it. We didn't know what we were doing.
So was you quite bored in there? What was the vibe?
I wasn't bored at all. It all was just like the biggest kind of psychological mind game I'd ever been in my life. A huge door clanged shut behind us. There were dogs. There was barbed wire. It was really kind of a horrible, scary feeling. I saw my children receding over a bridge. They looked sort of much thinner and much paler than they had 4 hours earlier when I'd seen them that morning. It all seemed very, very dramatic. And then the very first night when we had to nominate, and Chris Eubank and Anthea Turner were nominated for eviction. And when Anthea was evicted, she burst into tears. And suddenly the whole thing got terribly personal and terribly...
I was going to say, when you all went in it, did you think, because it was the first time that had been done as a celebrity reality show, did you all kind of think, oh, it'll be all right, they'll come in with cups of teas and coffees?
Totally.
And,
That's exactly what we thought. We all just thought, well, you know, we'll knit something, we'll paint something, it'll be fine. But then it kind of descended into kind of total psychological disintegration. And I think I was the pioneer. My children say I was the pioneer of completely falling apart on reality TV and sobbing my guts off.
Seriously, no one had ever seen that before.
Never.
No one had seen celebrities cry on TV.
Exactly.
almost like what they're like at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's true, because you go on telly, you put the smile and everything else. But everyone has lives and issues and what have you, and kind of like that experiment really brought it out in a few years.
Exactly, but I mean, when we went in, we had no idea that when we came out, I can't remember, it was something like 25 million people at some point had watched it. Everyone was talking about it. It was a really, really big deal, but we didn't know it would be. We hadn't the faintest idea. It was the very first one ever.
So when you came out, what was people's reaction?
God, when I came out, I think I got 7,000 letters.
Stop it.
Some of them just addressed to, like, Vanessa, Big Brother, Vanessa, the house, and they come and live with us. You seem upset. You know, come, bring your kids, come and stay in our back bedroom. You know, really sweet, really, really lovely letters. And it was all just kind of much, much more of a thing, a big phenomenon than we had the faintest idea it could ever be. And I'm glad it's still going on because I love it.
Shows how long ago it was. Letters.
Yeah, letters. With stamps.
People writing.
Postmen with sacks of letters.
But the weirdest thing is, you wasn't supposed to write in Big Brother, and you wrote on the table.
Well, they gave us a
rebel.
short.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes. Do I remember what you mean? People talk to me about it every day.
You were a rebel, weren't you?
I was. But I told Big Brother to F off, which was very, very rude.
Oh, you would never
and
catch us
shocking.
doing that.
And then I wrote all these words that meant, you know, isolated, immured, immolated, all kinds of words like that, because I thought there's nothing to read in here. I'll read them when I go home, or I read them when, you know, when... And then they said, give back the chalk. I didn't fancy giving back the chalk. And then, oh, gosh. And it all seemed like a big deal then. It doesn't now, obviously.
Oh, it was amazing. It's an amazing time. Are you excited about this Big Brother coming?
Wait, and I mean, some of the people who I think are going in.
I mean, the speculation.
I've been reading it online.
They're saying Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah.
I know her, and I mean, we all have an idea of her, but I've worked with her. She's fabulous.
That would be
Louis
a good
Walsh
catch.
as well.
Louis
Louis
Walsh is such a chatterbox and such a gossip. I mean, he's going to be such
Fern
great
Britton.
I hope Fern Britton goes in. I'd love
Is
to see
Fern
what
going
it's-
in?
Apparently.
Oh,
I'd love
this
that.
is a bit old school. I like this.
Yes, and I like Ekin Sue's going in.
Oh, my goodness.
She's great. Isn't she?
I'm
If
so
they're
excited.
right, if they're to be believed, I think it's going to be a fantastic cast, and I can't wait because it's an amazing show. And you know, somebody becomes the leader, somebody falls in love,
Yeah.
somebody, as I did, falls apart completely and sobs all over the furniture. You know, there's always something, isn't there?
And the
Somebody
Americans.
tweezes their nasal hairs, and you feel really sorry for it. You know, it's really great, the whole thing.
Well, listen, we're so excited about it.
I don't want this chat to... And they're saying go to a break.
I know.
I'm like, we're talking
I know.
about Big Brother, but...
Can't wait to see
Honestly,
it.
you was wonderful in Big Brother. You're
What about
wonderful in
you?
life.
What
You're
about you, mate?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What about you?
Listen, we're about...
Now, it was over 25 years ago when the royal family first hit our screens, quickly becoming one of the nation's favourite comedies.
And Ricky Tomlinson, who of course played Jim Royal, is now starring in a musical comedy on stage called Irish Annies, and he's here to tell us all about it this morning. Good morning, lovely to see you.
So
And you
good
too.
to
It's
see
nice
you.
to see both of you.
I was really unaware that you were a theatre actor as well.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just a bluff merchant.
Not
I'm
true.
a bluff merchant. If there's a job going and there's a few quid, I'm going. I'm going to do it. I got into the acting when I was about 45. I come out of prison because I was like a political prisoner. And people don't know this. I think I'm the last political prisoner to be released in this country.
Okay.
And then we got pardoned off this government after 47 years because it was a set-up. The whole thing was a set-up. And I just got into the acting game and I've been so lucky. I said to a certain fellow in the Groucho Club, are you, it was Robert De Niro.
No.
Right.
And I was going to say to him, are you in show business?
And you had no idea?
No, I didn't. He's smaller than me. I'm only 5'8½".
Yes.
And he was smaller than me. I had a little goatee and a pony. And then I've done a full movie with Samuel Jackson. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I've done 2 movies with the world's #1 director, Ken Loach.
Right.
Forget Spielberg,
Yeah.
forget them all. Ken Loach is the man. Because they'll be talking about his movies in another 25 years.
Wow.
And I've been lucky, lad. Worked with Roland Joffe, who gave me my break. Because I bluffed me way in and I walked out of his audition. I said, stick your film.
No. Did you really?
Yeah. And because I'd not long been out of prison
Yeah.
and I'd sent away for the audition, I couldn't put my own name down. So I'd put a phony name, done the audition with him, and walked out of and he's shouting, I'm going down in the lift in LWT.
Yeah.
And he's shouting, I know who you are, and I'm going, get stuffed.
Love it. Love it.
He got in touch with me, and he said to me in the interview, what do you do? And I said, I'm a City and Guilds plasterer, done a bit of technical drawing, I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other. And funny enough, when I had to go back up because my little van was outside. I had no money, petrol. So I had to go back up. I dismissed myself, went back up. Anyway, they gave me some expenses to get home. I got a phone call the next day saying he wants you to come and do a workshop. So I phoned my mate and I said, come with me. This Roland Joffe wants me to build him a workshop.
Oh,
So
stop.
I went along and we went to this, it was like a 10-storey building. And when I went in there was Margie Clark, Frankie Clark, Alexander Pegg, Chris Bernard, all actors. I said, what are you doing here? They said, we're doing a workshop. What are you doing? And I went, oh, I've come to do a workshop. I've come to
Build a workshop. Oh, fantastic.
That is so
And that was
brilliant.
it. We had the audition out of all the people there. Roland Joffe said to me, if I give you a little part in this movie, you won't let me down. I said, I won't let you down. Wow. And it got rave reviews. And to be thrown in there at the deep end with Colin Welland, Rosemary Martin, Anthony Thingy, and Bill Patterson, it was amazing.
It just goes to show you natural talent, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you can learn and you can go.
But it's a lot of luck as well, and people there. Like the
Yeah,
girl
but you
who played
create your
my
own
wife
luck.
was a girl called Val McLean. She's from Newcastle. She's the sister of Jimmy Nail.
Okay.
And she nursed me because she was a proper actress.
So how did you get the job in Brookside then?
Well, this is amazing. When the film I'd done for Roland was called United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And Brookside was just coming into being as that was getting its first screen in United Kingdom. And Jimmy McGovern, Andy Lynch, and all the lads, they were all writing storylines. And Andy Lynch is watching the play, and I'm playing a bit of a rabble-rouser in it. And he just picked the phone up and phoned Phil Redmond and said, just found Bobby Grant. That was it.
Oh, wow.
So
Fast forward.
Fast forward to now,
Yeah.
and tell us all about Irish Annies, because as you said at the start of the chat, when I think of you and I think of your name, I don't necessarily think theatre, but this is so exciting.
Well, it is for me, because I've done no theatre.
That's why.
But you're in for a penny, in for a pound. The lad who wrote it, it's here with me today. His name's Asa Murphy, and he's from a Liverpool Irish family.
Yeah.
And when him and his brothers, I don't know how many of them there is, when they walk in a room, you know they're from Ireland. They're huge, and they're... But he's got the best voice you've ever heard.
Wow.
He's the best swing singer around. I'm serious. And he said, I've wrote this little play. He said, it's about an Irish pub, because it's like his parents were from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
They were born in Ireland. And it's just about an Irish pub. People come in, they give a song, he sings. We have an Irish band on stage, you know, a proper Irish band.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have a bit of banter. I come in like Jack the Lad and have a bit of banter with the audience, sort of talk to them. I'm in the bar and I use them as though they're in the best room, in the parlour.
Right.
And I talk to them as though they're in the parlour. And the girl who plays Irish Annie is a girl called Kathy Rice. She's a comedian, singer from Liverpool. And we just have a ball. But for me, and I'm being genuine here now, the best part of the night for me is when the show's over and I go out front of house and we say to people, bring your phones for selfies, and I take loads of photographs, loads of caricatures. I can't give them all my photograph because they've got my catchphrase. So anyone with children doesn't want to take one of them. So they get a caricature. And we must spend an hour and a half and 2 hours after the show.
Oh, that's incredible.
And it's lovely, it goes with the job, you know.
I mean, you've had such an amazing career, so many varied jobs. The royal family, of course, is something that we all love.
That's a legacy right there,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Will we see more and more of that?
Well, there is a documentary coming.
Seeing the other man.
Sorry. There's a documentary coming on with the 4 of us who are still alive and the 4 members of the cast who died. And we're talking about them for, like Twiggy, when we done Mambo number 5.
Yeah.
And he's going that much at it, he's going mad. His trousers fell off.
I remember this.
He didn't
this is
fall
classic,
down.
isn't it?
They fell off.
Yeah.
Honestly. And
Oh, amazing.
It's just magic, isn't it? And it just resonated with everybody, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It really, really did.
Do you have a favourite moment ever, do you think?
Nana was my favourite character.
Right.
I adored her. I adored her. And she had the scene where she was getting a cataract removed by a surgeon, I don't know, his name was Mr. Hawkins or something. And she had to say this line. But she put H's where it was impossible to put a H. I'm getting operated on by Mr. Hawkins because my eye is having the cataract. And Caroline said, no, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. So she went away and she come back and she gave Liz the new script and she said, I'm getting my eye operated on tomorrow by Mr. Hawkins. He's going to take the cataract out of that eye and he's going to take the cataract out of that eye, but he's going to leave the twinkle in. Oh, we were all made. What a line. Just Caroline she was a genius. But we had so much fun on the set, that we used to lose a lot of time through corpsing. You know, if anyone doesn't know what corpsing is, it means you can't say your line for laughing.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, you're having that, David. He had to go off the set. Caroline made him go and stand in the naughty corner.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
14 takes to say one word.
Long days.
Me and Ralph Little, as soon as he went to say his line, we'd go...
You knew what time it was.
Exactly. Look, Irish Annies is touring.
Yeah, we're going length and breadth of the country. We've had wonderful reviews.
OK, and it starts on... Well, it continues on March the 11th.
Yeah.
OK. Can't thank you enough for coming.
God bless you, thank you.
So lovely to see you.
Thank you, kid.
And hiya.
Sorry.
That last song.
Starting early.
There you go. Not yet. I've got a little bit to read first.
Okay.
The last song you heard was How to Dance from the Kaiser Chiefs' brand new album. And Ricky's here to tell us all about it.
Yeah, I am.
Good morning.
I'm here all morning, guys.
Yes,
Exactly.
we love it when you're
and you
here.
watch the show, don't you?
Every day. Every day, especially when you're mentioning me, like yesterday. I love it.
He just said to us while that was playing, I loved it when you played my song out of the show yesterday.
It was really good. It was a real goosebumps moment. That.
Really?
Well, yeah, because this has been part of my life for the last... I don't want to show my age, but...
Yeah.
Well, I just have done, because you've shown clips of me looking very young.
Don't worry, we'll do it for you.
But, yeah, it's a big part of my life this morning, so it's nice to be on it.
But we love
welcome.
having
It's nice
you
to
on.
have you.
Yeah.
And you've got this brand new album, which I'm holding here.
Yeah.
It is your 8th album, perchance?
It is the 8th album, yeah. It's our easy 8th album as opposed to the difficult second one.
Right.
We thought it must get easier by the 8th.
And has it?
It doesn't, no.
Oh, obviously, it's a record, obviously. People still make records.
It's a big CD, Andy. How many times did you go to CD pressing plants during
That's true.
In fact, at midnight tonight, will you be there in the pressing
I'll
plant?
be there ready to press the button to press the
Chiefs
Guys
album.
Chiefs 8th album. Yes,
That
exactly,
is
of
so
course.
brilliant.
So true. So 8th album's in.
Yeah.
8th album's in. Did you ever imagine your career would last so long in the music industry?
Of course I did, yes.
Love it.
No, the thing is, why wouldn't it? I mean, they still let you do it, and so we keep doing it. And it's a bit like, I suppose, if I won Euro Millions, I'd still buy a ticket the next week just to see if I could, win again. And it's the same with making records. Just because it goes well once doesn't mean it won't happen again. And I think that for the last, 20 years, it feels like, I keep playing that musical lottery and bringing out albums because I like it.
And I think that's the key, isn't it? It's enjoying it. And you can see, every time I've seen you perform, you can see just how much you enjoy it.
Yes,
this album, how does it sound compared to previous albums? I know you've worked with Nile Rodgers on this, which is just
huge.
Mega.
It's weird because I don't think it sounds any different to our first one, but then you start reading people saying it's a musical departure. But I suppose over 20 years, things just shift naturally.
Yeah.
Like tectonic plates do. So you change with the times and you just think, oh, this is where we are. But other people go, well, it doesn't sound like this. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you bring out a record that sounds exactly like your first one, people go, oh, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
If you bring one that's totally different, people don't like that either. And someone's ringing me now, telling me I'm on TV.
Really?
Why do people always do
Is your
that?
phone buzzing? Who's ringing you?
It could be a grade A celebrity.
Here we go.
It could just be somebody at the supermarket.
Who's
It's my mortgage advisor.
There we go. There we go. Well, no, tell him all is
bring more
fine.
records out.
All is fine. You've got another album out.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
fine.
It's
Trying to
fine.
promote it. I'm trying to promote
So how
it.
was it working with Nile Rodgers? Because he's a bit of a legend himself.
It was incredible. Don't get me wrong. I was starstruck from the moment I walked in. But you interview lots of famous people, and do you ever get starstruck? Do you ever have that feeling where you kind of like think, well, I'm starstruck, but I've got to hide it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
And then afterwards, you're like this. Was that okay? Was that okay? Was that okay? So I was with him in the studio for 15 hours a day. But at the end of every day, I was exhausted.
Really?
Because he's got stories, and I haven't got as many stories as he has.
Yeah.
I asked him. It was a great time.
And they're stories you want to hear.
Yeah. Niles are about David Bowie and Duran Duran. Mine are about, well, Andy Peters.
Do you know what he calls me? He calls me. I'm your natural. I'm your
barometer.
I'm his barometer.
Yes.
Well, you know what the weather's going to be like in the morning when you see him on TV. Because if he's in a polo shirt, great weather. And there's a sliding scale that goes polo shirt undone, hot. Polo shirt done up, pleasant.
Yes.
Polo shirt with sleeveless puffer. Might get a chill. Then he goes long sleeve polo, sleeveless puffer. Then he goes full puffer, and then you know it's going to be a tough day.
It's so true.
It's so true, but slightly random. So look,
Darling, what's Andy wearing? Full puffer.
It's chilly
Let's
today.
stay in bed.
Right, now listen, you've had such a varied career. You joined The Voice.
Yeah.
That was quite an intense time, wasn't it, for you?
It was an intense time.
You were so good on The
I
Voice.
said to my wife, who I met on The Voice, Grace, she was my stylist, she said, I always go, I loved it. And she goes, you hated every minute of it. And I said, no, I'd love to go back. She goes, they won't have you back. And then me and Marvin left at the same time.
Yeah, you did,
Both of us expecting, they'll ask us back. Never got the call. Never got the call.
That's it.
Still waiting.
That's it.
Every year
Still waiting.
someone's leaving and I go, here you go.
Ricky gets on the phone to Marva, says, we're on, kid.
I'm like, I get a phone call, it's my mortgage broker.
More tours.
More tours.
Speaking of tours, tell us about, I was quite interested to read about your pre-disco routine.
Well, we always have a disco. We're men in our extremely late 30s. And by that, I mean...
39.
I mean, like 46. 47. God, you know you're old when you forget.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, but we still have a disco before every night when we go on. We like songs that tell you how to do the dance.
OK,
You know,
nice.
like Superman by Black Lace.
Yes.
Also, Marvin once taught me the cha-cha slide, and it's been...
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
The cha-cha slide.
It's so random.
Don't know what the
Is that turn to the left? That
Yeah,
one?
take it back now, yeah. One half
I mean,
this
don't
time.
make me do it now, because I don't
Well,
want
if we could find it and we could be allowed to play it, we would make you do it now.
I know.
But I'm assuming they are trying to clear it as we speak.
I wouldn't want to upset Marvin by my
I'm
technique.
just more disturbed that he has the authority to teach this. Was there alcohol involved in this?
Of course, it was
yes,
the voice.
There you go. Makes more
It was during the
sense.
voice.
Makes more sense.
Maybe this is why you two haven't been invited back. There could be very many,
Oh, it got
many
messy.
reasons.
How has touring changed for you? Because I know, like, particularly when I'm around the boys and stuff and they're on tour, it's changed dramatically because everybody's got families now and it's all sort of evolved and backstage isn't as, like, glam and showbiz as it used to be.
No, they don't put drapes up anymore. They used to. There was drapes, but now there's no drapes.
OK.
Because we found out how much drapes cost.
There we go.
The older you get, the more you cut back on things like that. You're going, why have we got 2 bags of Haribo? We don't need Tangfastics and the Star Mix.
Exactly, yeah, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's totally different now. When I was younger, I used to get so excited about going on tour and then not enjoy it very much. Now I dread it, but love it.
Yeah.
Because it's time with my best mates in the entire world, a.k.a. the Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah.
Album out now.
Your songs
exactly.
A lot of your songs are very, they're anthems, all of them.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson, not a big fan.
I don't understand that. You'd think we'd be right up his street.
Yeah.
No, he's got a bee in his bonnet about us.
Is he?
I think we're his go-to band that he doesn't like. And I'm
right.
quite proud of that.
There's a badge of honour.
He once called me an epic softie.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't understand why.
I don't even get that at all. I have no concept of that.
The Weeds from Leeds, he's called us.
Oh, wow. Oh, he really lays into you?
Yeah.
Oh, my word. Wow.
Yeah, he does it. He just does it. I just don't think he likes good music.
Well, there you
OK,
go.
well, there we go.
That's up to him, isn't it?
Good job he's got politics, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good music. See what I've done there?
Yay!
On this disc here. If you want to get your hands on the Kaiser...
Sorry.
Disc. It's a big disc.
If you want to get your hands on the Kaiser Chiefs...
Do you know who did the artwork?
I don't, but we haven't got time to find out.
Vic Reeves.
OK, we found out. That's quite a good showbiz story. Love that.
No, Rogers and Vic Reeves.
Is it? Have you got the print of it, the real...
Of course I have.
Of course you have, right, fair enough.
Cost me £99.
The album is out tomorrow and the CDs get pressed tonight at midnight.
And he's pressing the button.
In Burnley, probably. I think that's why you saw us
where I used to go.
Burnley.
There you go.
They're all in the studio in London.
Oh,
my goodness me!
Oh, my life!
Amazing work. Well done.
You wore a suit!
Yeah, I would have been instructed to wear a suit. Oh, my life!
That suit is not on Ricky's barometer. Is it? What does that mean, the
You've
weather's
got
saying?
bigger arms now. I tell you what, during the breaks, he does press-ups.
He does.
Oh, my...
He's like Hugh Jackman.
How did you find that?
That's the best picture I've ever seen.
Oh,
you took
my
that
life.
CD business seriously.
Do you know what? Starting Liliana Lewis's career is a really big responsibility.
She's
All
got
right?
you to thank.
Yeah,
She's got you
exactly.
to thank.
Ricky, thank you so
So
And the
good
others.
to see you.
I can't remember them.
Yeah, Shane Ward. Right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Ricky.
Not
Thank
at all.
you.
Right.
So brilliant. And EastEnders star Natalie Cassidy and Gavin and Stacey's Joanna Page are joining forces for a brand new podcast to talk about their favourite TV shows, and they are both joining us now. This is so brilliant, ladies. This is. As we were in the break, I said, how did you guys meet?
Yeah.
How did this come about?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Well, it was really weird, wasn't it? I was talking to BBC Sounds about doing something like a TV review podcast for a while, and then I went on to Loose Women, and I was a guest on Loose Women.
Yeah.
Jo was a loose woman, and we hit it off. We had a chat, first time we'd met, and then afterwards I thought, oh, I'll message Jo and say, do you fancy doing a podcast? So we did the pilot, and the rest is history. Here we are.
So I feel like I've known her for years.
Yeah, we
And
just clicked.
Yeah, we just get on
Loose
like a house
women
on
bringing
fire.
people together.
There we go. It happened right here in
So
this
why did you
building.
decide on television?
Well, that was just the idea, really, from BBC Sounds. I think they just wanted a, comforting half an hour. I think there's so much on telly now, there's so many channels, so many ways of watching telly. I think people get a little bit worried about what to watch and confused. So it's just easy, half hour to go, right, here's 3 shows that we've been watching. What do you think? Do you want to watch them or not?
And also, we all sort of have that thing, don't we, Joanna, where you're like, when something runs out, what do I watch next?
I find it unbearable when I've run out of the box set and then I'm kind of like bereft. What do I fill it with now? What's the next one? So it's great because we both kind of like different things. So I can recommend stuff to her, she recommends stuff to me, and then we'll talk about, you know, something that everybody is talking about at the moment. But yeah, it's brilliant. It's a chance for us to do loads of box sets and it's fab.
And there's always that pressure, isn't there, don't you find, when you're having a conversation? It happens here at work.
Yeah.
Have you not seen this yet? Where have you been? I'm always late to the party.
So late.
I've not seen that yet.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
always.
All right, so what kind of things do you both like to watch in your own personal lives?
I love gritty crime things
Yeah.
and dramas. And also, I do like a bit of Nigella and cookery, but it's only Christmas cookery.
Okay.
And I watch it all year round.
At any time of year?
Oh, you can watch it any time of year?
Any time of year, but it's got to be like Nigella or Jamie, and it's just got all Mary Berry, and it's got to be Christmas.
Okay.
But all year round.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's watch a turkey any time of year.
I'm a bit more of a scaredy cat, so I like the drama, but I've got to watch it with Mark, my fiancé. I don't watch stuff on my own. I'm probably not late at night.
I'm with you on that.
I like a bit of Grand Designs. I like a bit, you know, Master Chef. I'm easy watching. University Challenge.
Yeah. Do you have that thing, the both of you, and you might now have this together because now you're a new partnership, but I get really upset if Marv kind of cheats on me with a box set and he goes, oh, no, I've already done that one. Or, oh, no,
I've done,
too episodes.
Terrible.
Oh, so you're the
I'm
cheater.
terrible.
Yeah, she's a cheater.
It started with me and my husband, and we were watching Dexter, and I was enjoying it so much, and he was so slow, he couldn't, you know, keep up. And so I was on series 4, and he was still on series 1, but I was going back and rewatching the bits with him
and
lying and pretending that I was still there, until in the end it was too much, and I said, oh, look, I can't. I'm on series 4. It's really good. Just catch up. And then that's when we kind of split. And now, the way that we watch is sort of, I'll settle the kids, and then I'll watch the TV on my phone, and, you know, when I'm settling the children, and then Nat watches it in a completely different way. So you've got that way.
Well, me and Mark like to sit down, get the kids to bed and watch something together.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's lovely, you know, everyone watches stuff differently, which is interesting.
The only thing is, by that point, it ends up watching me. I'm so tired. I get everyone to bed, but I'm like, and that's why I get cheated on. Because
exactly.
go ahead, because I'm asleep.
So what about Gavin and Stacey? Will we get to watch any more Gavin and Stacey?
Oh my gosh, I've got no idea. I haven't got any new information or anything at all. But in the podcast, we've decided that we want to do specials. So I think we're going to do a Gavin and Stacey special.
Yeah, I want to grill Joe
special
because I'm such a fan of Gavin and Stacey and sitcoms and comedy.
And as actresses, we can then chat about our experiences. We can give insider goss, you know,
That's
on
what we
stuff.
want to hear. So what's hot or not? What should we be watching? What's the last thing you watched that you think we should all tune in to see?
Well, for me, it was One Day.
We love
we talked about that the other day.
Another one that we've not quite done
seen it yet.
I need that.
We're watching this week, which I'm absolutely loving, Borders. It's on BBC iPlayer, BBC 3. It's fantastic. Borders, look it up. It's about 5 working-class kids who go to get a scholarship to a boarding school, and it's absolutely sublime. Brilliant.
Add that to the list. We must also say quickly, 30 years. 30 years playing Sonia. Can you believe that? Like, that is such a testament to you.
I mean, it's amazing, really. I don't think about it often.
Oh, my life. Look at you.
I know, stop it. I know.
Baby face.
But it was, you know, it's just amazing to still be there. And, you know, it's just a lovely, lovely place to work, and I'm just very honoured.
Amazing. Well, look, we've got more for you to do, have we not, Rochelle?
We have. Before you go, shall we put your telly knowledge to the test?
Oh, no.
Yes, your podcast is called Off the Telly. Well, we've got a little quiz now for everybody. It's called What's on the Telly? Let's play! OK, as you can see, we're just going to get ready for the show.
Yes, here we go.
Welcome to What's on the Telly.
I've just seen what I'm wearing.
OK, so no expense spared, as you can see. Welcome to the show. Now, you've both got buzzers, have you not?
Yes,
Natalie,
I've got the whistle.
your buzzer? Thank you. Joanna, yours? So neither of them are actually buzzers. One's a podcast, one's a whistle. But it doesn't matter.
We've got to watch it round here. We're paying you way too much.
There we go.
Right, the rules are simple. You're about to go head-to-head in 4 rapid rounds of top telly trivia to see who knows the most about what's on the telly. Are you ready?
Very ready.
Are you ready?
I'm excited.
Let's play round 1. It's called TV Firsts.
OK, here we go. So, in the first ever episode of Gavin and Stacey, who speaks first? Gavin or Stacey?
I say the whistle was first.
Stacey.
Chemistry strong. Let's see if you're right. Am I right? Okay, let's have a...
You sound like a bomb.
Yes, you are. OK, right, here's your next question. This round is called Name That Speedy Theme Tune. OK, stop the theme tune. So, Joanna, what do you think that theme tune is?
Emmerdale. Bomb. Yeah. I covered both songs there. Yeah.
Just for the record, we now call it Emmerdale. We changed the name.
I wanted to cover, but I'm so competitive. I wanted to get both answers, so it was like, yeah.
If you did that on the chase, you wouldn't get through. Bradley only ever takes your first answer.
Wow, strict,
Yeah,
Andy
okay.
Peters. OK, right, ready for round 3. And it's time for a loose TV connection.
Behind those doors is a famous celebrity guest with a loose TV connection. Are you ready to find out who it is?
Yes.
Will you please reveal yourself, our celebrity guest?
Oh, my gosh.
It's our loose lady, Dame Kelly Holmes.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Now, before we get told off for stealing Kelly from the studio next door. Yes. Kelly, nice to see you. What is your loose TV connection question?
OK. In 2004, 10 million British viewers watched me win double gold at the Olympic Games.
Show off.
Go on, girl.
Just two. But which city did the 2000 Olympic Games take place?
2004.
2004 Olympic
which,
Games.
Where were they taking place?
Home of the Olympic Games.
Home of the Olympic Games.
Place of the
Home
Olympic
of the Olympic Games. Natalie,
Greece.
I need more than that.
Athens.
You are correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kelly.
Kelly Holmes returns to Studio 2
There we go.
here
Love
at
that.
Television Centre, where she will be on Loose Women in a few minutes from now. And she can run there. She'll get there fast. Right.
Thank goodness I
For
got that.
one more round. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's play
Who am I? Rochelle has left the studio. Rochelle will be returning shortly as a well-known TV character.
Right.
All you have to do is look at Rochelle based on how she's dressed and how she acts and tell us which famous TV character Rochelle is. Oh, she's easy. Right, that was quick. Right, I'm going to go with Natalie. The correct answer. What answer?
Dot cotton.
Yeah, that is the right answer. So, there we go. Let's look at the scores on the doors. And thank the Lord the quiz is over. The scores are 2-2, which means it's a tie. And that means that Jack, in you come, Jack. We have this for you. Your very own What's on the Telly
It's amazing.
trophy for you both
so
to share.
much.
There you go.
Thank
Well,
you. Thank
The
you.
perfect duo.
Yes, there we go.
yeah.
Congratulations. Don't forget, if you want to listen to the podcast from the ladies, it's on BBC Sounds and it's available to listen to now. And the next episode drops.
Oh, you're so cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. Drops on Wednesday.
Yes, it does. Well done. Thank you
Thank you so much for having us.
Now, it's been 40 years since the iconic TV drama Dempsey and Makepeace was first released, which ultimately led to the stars of the show finding love both on and off screen.
Oh, I love a good romantic story. We're catching up with the real-life couple Michael Brandon and Glynis Barber in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back at their classic cop series.
Dempsey, Lieutenant NYPD.
Sergeant Makepeace would be a good detective to show you around.
Suppose we don't get along.
I think you'll get along.
This may come as a shock to you, but I'm really not interested.
In New York, they think he's hot stuff. Who knows? You might even make a team.
Nice driving.
Come on, Harry, we're a team. We're partners.
You're too trigger happy.
Me, huh? Oh, that's a laugh. You will be both cooperative and polite.
You could tell Sergeant Makepeace I wouldn't ride with her if she was naked on a Harley Davidson with a rose in her teeth.
He should be so lucky. Over and out.
It's literally like my childhood Saturday nights. Absolutely brilliant. Michael and Glynis join us now. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
It is exactly 40 years, isn't it?
It's 40 years since we were introduced.
Yeah.
And we began filming. So we spent most of 1984 filming the first series, which was then, I think, aired at the beginning of 85.
Yeah. It was an ITV programme when it was on back in the day. It is
It
available
was.
on ITVX at the moment.
Yes.
Did you imagine... Well, firstly, when you looked into her eyes, did you think, this is the lady for me?
Wow.
I think the answer to that, yes. Yes.
I think there's a really quick answer to this question.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember writing something down. I had a notebook, and that night, after we first met at the Ritz Hotel, a tea was set up for our first introduction. We were both hired at the Ritz.
For ITV?
Well, no, because we... Well, darling, this is the 80s.
Oh, we'd be in a premiere in now, I assure you, literally.
No, but because we hadn't started filming, and they had to introduce us because we had never met,
Right.
and he'd come over from America.
So you were both separately cast for the roles? But
I was cast here, and he was cast in America, and then when he came over, I was finishing off filming something else, so he was stuck in this hotel waiting for weeks for me to finish.
Rained every day.
And then the producer thought, it would be nice. I'll take them to the Ritz for tea.
Yeah.
So that's where we first met.
It was a classic cop show. She wasn't even born.
No, I know.
She wasn't even born.
which is
yeah,
mad,
which is
isn't it?
crazy. But it was a classic cop show. When you first read the scripts, it was a co-pro between British television and American television.
Yes, it was one of the first
hadn't really been done
co-productions.
before. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you dubious?
Well, the thing was, I was trying to sell a movie. I wrote a script, and I was at 20th Century Fox, and I got a call from my agents, and they called a meeting, and they said, do you know how much you didn't make this year? I said, how could I know that? They said, we do. They opened up a file. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. I said, they're all television series.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a television series. They said, well, it's the wave of the future.
Yeah.
It's no longer taboo TV, you know? So I got a bunch of scripts. I was reading in my office. The one I liked was on funny paper, A4.
Oh, my God.
You know, and I said, I like that one. That was a mistake. We shouldn't have sent that to you. I said, no, that's the one I like. Yeah, but you're not right for the part. You're right, I'm not, but I have an idea. So they had a California millionaire as the character. And
James Dempsey III.
And with Lady Harriet Makepeace, that was like butter and, you know, margarine. It didn't work. It was too boring. It was like a kind of an American Nigel Havers, you know. I mean, so... Sorry. No. Anyway, so I said, get me a meeting. They said, they don't want to see you. I said, you're CAA, Mike Ovitz and Ron Meyer, the two biggest agents in the business. Get me a meeting. So they got me, I forget what you call it, a convenient meeting or something like that. Right. And the guys, these two Englishmen, were packing their bags, literally. I was standing in the hallway. They were packing. And I said, OK, I just take a minute of your time. And I said, I see this guy as a New York homicide detective right out of the sewers of the street, and he'll teach her the true meaning of the bard's words. So if you have any interest in that, call me. And I left. This
is like a movie in itself.
Exactly.
Right, then what happened? I'm in.
Yeah. Well, OK, so my agent calls, says they called from the airport. They're taking the later flight. They're coming to see you. So they came to my office at Fox, and I did it on tape.
Yeah.
A minute or two of what I was thinking about as Dempsey. You know, life is hard, then you die.
Yes.
And
seems to be the theme in today's show.
Yeah, and the rest was history. Then we met.
So they actually changed it and they rewrote the part. And if you think of it, you know, the clash between Dempsey and Makepeace, of course, was the culture clash, the American, but it was also a class clash.
Yeah.
And that really is what worked and what was the chemistry. If he'd been some, you know, well-educated Californian millionaire, it would have been a bit boring, I think.
Did you imagine? I mean, of course, one never imagines that your TV show is going to last 40 years. They bring out this thing called ITVX. All of a sudden, they're all back on.
I know.
Have you been surprised at the fact that people are watching it all over again?
Well, yes. I mean, and for years they didn't repeat it, which was kind of weird. Yeah. And then they did a little bit sometimes. But now, I mean, I don't even know it's on everywhere because people say, no, I'm watching it on YouTube. Some people say I'm watching it on ITVX.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it's on. It seems to be on everywhere all
It actually
day.
should have still been running because when they cancelled that show, it had 20 million viewers. You can't get that.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, those were the good old days when there were only 3 channels.
You look amazing, you two there. Look at that.
Yeah, but
you look
just
sensational.
Look, just as incredible. Like, honestly, like, I don't know what you're doing, but I need to be doing it. You're just not aged at all. It's absolutely magnificent.
So when did romance blossom between the two of you?
Well...
Not the first season.
No, not for a while.
Clear and concise.
After that meeting at the Ritz.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know Michael, obviously. So what I didn't realise, you know, he was alone in England, he didn't know anyone, he was probably a little bit nervous, and he thought he would try out the character. So
well, I've been working on the character. In fact, before I flew over, I went to see New York detectives, and I was working on the character.
So when I met him at
I was even wearing a toy gun with a holster.
Oh, it was a nightmare. He was a nightmare.
England.
He was a nightmare.
Hilarious.
He was... I mean, I had never even been to America. The only impression I have of Americans were from the movies.
Yeah.
And I had a boyfriend, and I went home and I said, this man is a nightmare. He said he's loud, he's brash, he was shouting. I was going, oh, my God, how am I going to work with this person?
Well, the basic essence of Dempsey, to me, was irreverence. You know, he
was certainly that.
We were in the Ritz, and the phone was ringing, nobody's answering. I said, somebody get that?
You've been together.
You could see her face.
I know. You've been together for 34 years.
We've been married for 34 years.
Married for 34 years.
Yes.
Still going
It's
strong.
so
Your TV
incredible.
show's back on the television. I think it's just a fantastic story.
Congratulations,
and we're so glad
guys.
You've come in this morning
You've
to
won
share
at
some of
life.
it with us.
You've won at life, honestly. And you don't age.
Oh, lovely to see you both. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, I just broke my heart.
Oh, no, that's a little bit... Wow.
Well, Weatherfield High's bully Mason Radcliffe has certainly left a lasting impact, and today we're joined by Luca Toolan, who plays Mason, to delve into the unfolding drama. We must say it's so interesting chatting with you through the break.
Yeah.
You are so lovely.
I know.
And seeing that is just, it's so... I know.
I know, I'm lovely.
It's so hard to watch, and you must have to really... of course, step outside of yourself to play a character like that. Where do you think... I know the sort of classic, when you look into a bully, the behaviour normally stems from somewhere else, a problem in their own life. Where do you think Mason's behaviour sort of traits stem from?
I think it has to come from family. I think... my personal belief is nobody starts off evil. I think, you know, if you track back every single, you know, person to when they were a kid, I think everyone's nice, and I think they sort of get moulded into this animal that he is today because he doesn't have an outlet to express his feelings. He's got a horrible upbringing, you know.
Yeah. Is this your first acting job?
It is. Yes.
So to have to play a role, I'm sorry, just watching what your character googled has just really upset me. Because nobody should ever be in that position. In fact, I'm going to say you worked with the NSPCC, didn't you, quite closely to make sure you were portraying it right and saying and doing the right things. Did that really help you?
Yes, massively, massively, because it's a really serious storyline, and I think it's affected a lot of people, and you have to get that right. Luckily, they gave us like copious amounts of information that, you know, really helps me get into the psyche of the bully to understand how this plays out in real-life situations.
And for your first role, I can imagine there's a responsibility with this, isn't there, to carry it out in the right way. That's quite... Like, you're thrown in the deep end.
Oh, I was.
I mean, for a first job, this is hard.
Oh, I was. First day on set, I was absolutely... Like, I was shaking like a...
Really?
Yeah,
well
yeah.
Done.
You know what I was going to say.
I was shaking just anything he's going to say.
I was...
Yeah.
We're not going to swear on that.
I can only imagine.
But you got through it.
Yes.
And that, as a first job, it's going to do the world of good to show what your breadth as an actor.
Yeah.
Are you able to look at it and go, my work is good, I'm doing it right? Yeah. Do you look at it... Can you watch yourself back? Because some actors can't even watch themselves.
I can watch myself back. I don't like to, not for the reasons you'd expect, like the self-conscious actor. It's because I usually watch it with my family or my grandma, and they're looking at me like midway through, they're like, who is this?
Are you capable of this?
Yeah, are you capable? Am I
Yeah.
sitting next to an animal?
Yeah.
Because it is. At the end of the day, it's me on that screen doing those horrible things. So.
Of course. Her little baby when she's watching you act like that. I can imagine. Well, the story is continuing to evolve. We've actually got a little clip of next Monday's episode. Let's have a look.
What on earth is a knuckleball? So it's a special sort of free kick, right, where you hit the ball a certain way and it moves in the air.
He's been trying to do it for years and he's never come close.
Wow. This I need to see.
Oh. All right, Lee.
Oh, you stay away from us, do you hear me?
Whoa, calm. Get out. Calm. Get out. Okay. All right. It's all right.
It's not going to hurt you, OK? I won't let him near you ever again.
You do such a good job of being unlikable.
Jeez.
It's...
You watched that, by the way. You just watched it.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that scene.
OK, what do you think?
He's a proper wind-up merchant.
He's smug, isn't he?
Oh, my
Very
gosh.
smug, yeah.
Is that really what I'm like? Like, what?
Not you. This is Mason.
I don't know who's more nervous. Because I'm nervous you're going to say something. Because it's like your first proper TV interview. I'm like, OK, he's a proper... Oh, no. OK, wind-up merchant. Fine.
Yeah.
That much we can deal with.
Wind-up merchant, yeah.
Exactly.
How important do you think it is to share storylines like this? Because obviously it goes further than the kind of you acting like somebody that's very mean and you're actually very nice. It goes a lot further than that. We know that, as we touched on before, that you worked with the NSPCC. But this has really landed with people, hence why you're sat here today.
Yeah.
It's really... People, unfortunately, can relate to this storyline.
Yeah, I think it is important because, bar from the obvious, raising awareness, I think it's giving people a story that they can relate to. I think it's, Corrie being really clever in that they've modernised the bullying storylines. There's a lot about, recording, social media, and, kids at home are watching it with their parents, and they're saying, well, this is what I've been through, or this is what I've seen someone else go through. And, I think seeing that play out maybe empowers them a bit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not just me. So I think...
Coronation Street never shies away from a storyline that's relevant. Knife crime is about to feature in Coronation Street. Have you started filming those scenes? Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, so we've done already one knife scene where I pulled out a knife. Obviously, it's going to, unfold even more than that. I think there's just going to be parts where I'm setting people up, and I don't know what I can and can't say, but yeah, it's also a very serious topic. So, Corrie, they've gone in and they've said, we're going to have a crack at this.
And it's really moving. And like I said, it would be where you do have that responsibility to cover the story accurately. This sort of doesn't start and stop overnight. This isn't over in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
It sort of has to evolve for it to be real and to be portrayed in the right way. So I suppose it's going to keep moving for a little while now, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is why I think Corrie's the perfect medium for a story like this,
And what's your dad think? Because your dad, we had Paul McKenna on earlier, who's a very famous ex-DJ.
Yeah.
Your dad, Mike Toolan, people in the North will know him very well.
Hi, Dad.
What does he think of it all?
He loves it.
Oh, my gosh, I know your dad!
Oh, what?
Sorry, I didn't know it was that.
What, you know?
I didn't know that was your dad. Yes, when we were in the group back in the day, we used to do radio tours and we always used to see your dad. Sorry.
OK.
That took me by surprise.
OK.
No, exactly.
By surprise. It was another stock moment, but he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. He's my number one fan.
Oh, brilliant.
As he should be.
Oh, well, look, thank you so much for taking the time to come in. Are you back on set tomorrow?
I'm not, no. I'm going on holiday on Wednesday. So see you later, losers.
That's it, the life of a soap star.
Having a break from being mean.
Yeah,
It must be
exactly.
exhausting.
Yeah, all right.
There you
Well,
go.
enjoy your holiday.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for
Nice to
having
see
me.
you.
Excellent.
Now, onto a bit of a scandal now. New dark comedy, Wicked Little Letters, is based on a true mystery that shocked the Sussex seaside town of Littlehampton in the 1920s.
A little bit of curtain twitching becomes all-out war when neighbours start receiving rude letters filled with obscenities and all trying to work out who's behind them.
Well, we sent Shard to catch up with the stars of the film, Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley, to give us the lowdown.
I'm here in London to interview the stars of the new movie Wicked Little Letters. And actually, I brought my very own Wicked Little Lettuce with me. It's good, that, isn't it?
It's letters.
Oh. I knew that. It was just a joke. I knew it wasn't. Yeah, I'm going to need to get changed.
The mystery of the obscene little Hampton letters is causing widespread distress across the nation.
Edith Swan takes it up the and she loves it more than Christmas Day.
Only words matter.
She sucks 10 a week, minimum. Holy heavens.
In the end, I think it's just jealousy.
Jessie, Olivia, thank you so much for joining us on this morning.
Thank you for having us.
There's a giddy energy in the air. You're both blonde. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. Blondes have more fun.
We haven't seen each other for days.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see each other this
No,
week.
you can tell you obviously had so much fun doing that film together. I know you've worked together before. What was it like? And tell me a little bit about the movie for those who haven't seen it yet.
True story, set in the 20s, and we get to swear at each other.
Yeah.
It looked very therapeutic, that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. I love a good swear.
What would you say?
You look like Queen Victoria showed.
You daftles.
Olivia, I heard that you were actually quite influential in getting Jessie on board with this film. Is that right?
Oh, that sounds...
She always gets me my job.
She got her.
That's true. You got me the Lost Daughter job.
Oh, wow.
And this one. She's basically my agent.
Your character, Rose Jessie, she's just, I mean, wild from start to finish. I bet that was incredible, wasn't it?
I've done kind of quite a few heavy things before this, and I just really wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
And to be able to, like, Rose just kind of was so full of life.
You're headbutting people, you're mooning.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, the moon was... That
was
me.
Yeah.
She wasn't meant to do that.
I didn't tell anybody I was there, and then I just ran out and I showed them. And they were like, whoa! But then I had to do it like 10 other times, so then it just actually became embarrassing for me. I'm not actually evil, you know.
No, but you've got evil in you. No, it's not your fault. You were born with it, but I like you, Rose, and I'd like to bring you to the light.
Well, look, obviously, like we said, set in the 1920s when the world was quite conservative. I thought we'd have a bit of fun. I've got some wicked little words from this era. I want you to see if you can work out if they're real or fake, because I know you probably know a lot of them by now.
Can we actually swear in interviews?
I don't think on this.
On this one.
The clue's in the title, because it's early in the day.
Yeah. So maybe any other words you can think of.
Okay.
So if someone went, horse feathers, is that real or fake?
I'm going to say real.
Yeah.
It is real, and it means like what?
Oh,
actually,
blasted.
It means like untrue. Phonus balonus.
That's true.
What do you think it means?
Like a load of baloney.
Absolutely, yeah. Spot on.
Bonus.
Foot juice.
Oh, that's got to be true.
Sounds disgusting.
That's smelly feet, isn't it?
True. And I think we could all use this. It's when you've got a horrible, cheap glass of wine, you get absolute foot juice.
Oh,
which is clever, isn't it?
You know how some
giving me
wine
the
smells
shivers.
of cat weed, doesn't it? But that's meant to be... Is some a bit armpity?
Love, you can afford more than cat's weed now.
Back in the day, they were, drinking on the park.
Get some nice bottle of that cat's weed, will you?
That's enough about cheap wine. Time for a game. Here's some letters that we've had sent in. This one's from Alison Hammond in Birmingham. There's something so unique
She
about
might say
the
something
work
awful. We don't know what's under there.
of Olivia Colman. Her performance in Wonka is totally
Horse feathers.
wonderful.
Thank you, Alison.
That was a nice one.
That's nice.
That one's from Ryland Clark, who lives in
I
Essex.
love him.
When I first watched Wicked Little Feathers, I was
Feathers?
blank. Feathers. Oh dear! I couldn't believe how bad the blank was.
Hope it's not acting. What?
Yeah.
Language?
Language. And then what about this one? I was
blown away. I couldn't believe how bad the acting was.
Let's see. Okay, I was shocked. Yeah, very similar. I couldn't believe how
language.
Yeah. Very
Thank
good.
God. Thanks, Ryan.
Final one, Josie Gibson.
Type letters.
In Bristol. Oh yeah, this one's more like like a ransom note. I think that Jessie Buckley is absolutely blank.
Rob.
Her accent is so blank.
Absolutely amazing. Her accent is so hot.
Accent is so
that's a longer
Irish.
word. So
Irish. It's so Irish. Ooh. Wild. So brilliant.
It is
Brilliant. It's a very friendly, lovely accent. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so much fun, and I think everyone just needs to go and see the movie and then find a little corner to go and shout a load of swear words in.
Yeah. Or if you're too shy, you can scream words into a pillow.
Down onto the Saturday Night Takeaway studio to be joined by Ant and Dec. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
brought.
Hello, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Say hello to
Oh,
you.
here, can I have a little stroke?
Isn't he
He is
beautiful?
gorgeous.
In Alison's contract, she can't turn up to anywhere without a dog in her arms.
It's true.
Look.
We
He
met
is
Buddy on the way
beautiful.
this morning before he was
Beautiful.
called Buddy. He didn't have a name when we met him, so it's nice to see him now as
Yeah,
Buddy.
it's a lovely name as well.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Perfect for him.
Good to see you. 20
Nice to
years.
see you.
Can you believe it?
Well, it's
boys?
22 years, 20
Stop
series, I think. 22 years, 20 series.
Wow.
I'm sort of not talking to either of you.
Well, I'm definitely not talking to you. Or you.
Oh, that was
Oh, you.
the best afternoon of my life. And I include my son being born and getting married. It was, being in your ear was so sweet.
Should we start there and explain what happened?
So we did a revenge get out of my ear where we let everybody who we've pranked over the years be in our ear and tell us what to do for a change. And it started with these two in my ear.
It was a terrible, terrible idea. But we thought one day, wouldn't it be fun if we turn the tables, we'll wear the earpiece and let a lot of people who we've pranked in the past come and put us through our paces. You were all incredibly evil.
Great. And the worst thing is, the funny thing is, everybody cleared their diary.
Oh, yeah. Everyone said yes. Funny that, isn't it?
The easiest yes of my life.
I was like, listen, I've got no time.
And you kept pushing it, Dermot. There was a bit with a Sunderland scarf and a hat that he wouldn't let go. I'll let you watch it and see, but yeah, thanks for that, you two.
That's coming up towards the end of the series.
But mind you, I had you two in my ear, but Dec had Simon Cowell and Amanda Holden. And Simon didn't really get the memo that sometimes you've got to pull back and then do nice stuff and bad stuff.
He was just off the scale. Absolutely off the scale.
Ignore him?
Oh,
just
yes.
Ignore everything he
Quite
said?
a lot of it was ignored. And then we went out for dinner into a restaurant which was rigged with hidden cameras. None of the other diners knew. None of the staff knew. There was one person, the manager knew that was a hidden camera hit. And we had Rylan and Holly, Gino De Campo and Davina, Ollie Mers and Oti Mabusi, Cheryl. Who else was there on the? It was hell.
It was hell.
I can't wait to see it, honestly.
The first thing they got us to do was go, OK, now click your fingers for the win.
Oh, my.
Oh, come on. Who does that?
It's brilliant.
People who you hate.
Are we getting all the classics? Are we getting a little Lantern Deck? Because that was my favourite thing ever.
Yes, we've decided, as it's Series 20, we are going to bring back classics from the past 20 years. And we decided we had to bring back Little Lantern Deck. Yeah. But obviously not Little Lantern Deck. We've got new Little Lantern Decks because the originals are taller than us. The second lot that we had are taller than us. So we've got brand new Little Lantern Deck and they make their debut on tomorrow night's show. They're very cute. Yeah, 5 and 6.
And taller than you.
You know what?
Almost.
Boys, I have to ask, why are you stopping it? It is, honestly, it is the best show.
He's really upset about it.
I'm really gutted. One of my
sorry,
favourite.
Dermot.
The thing is, you don't really watch that much live telly anymore, do you?
No.
You know, you always... But see, there are so few appointments to view, and Takeaway's appointment to view for me. I love it.
Thank you. It feels like the right time. Series 20. It felt like a natural.
The other one.
Yeah,
BGT or something.
It felt like a natural time to give the show a rest. We did it once back in 2009. We gave the show a bit of a rest, and we reimagined the show. And we brought it back bigger and better, and that's what we're thinking this time. It feels like the right time, and it's a year-long thing for us. You know how long it takes when we shoot the undercovers. Yeah. We did yours in July of that year, and then we're not until February. So it's an all year-round thing for us. It's really tiring, and we've got a lot of other stuff on, and our wives want us at home for a little bit. So we've decided to step off the hamster wheel for a bit and kind of step back from the show and reimagine it, because you can't change the show while you're on it and in it. So we want to step back from it, have a look at it and go, right, what would we do if we were going to change it in any way?
Yeah, but this series 20, we're going to go out with a bang. We're going to go out on a high.
Your
It's
wives
gonna be
are probably
good.
watching this going, we never said you wanted
Yeah, yeah. We don't want you home that much.
They've got to be careful.
I quite like it, the
Be
way it
careful
is.
what they wish for.
Well, you do some incredible pranks, and one of the pranks which is wonderful is the cowl. Simon Cowell prank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little clip.
OK.
Can you just set it up a little?
Yeah,
What happened?
so the very first undercover we ever did was on Simon Cowell. We auditioned for American Idol as contestants.
I remember it.
And we sang the Paula Abdul hit. Oh, there it is. So we decided the best way to finish the undercover segment of the show is to prank Simon Cowell again, but this time we get him on America's Got Talent.
You got him again.
I know.
Let's
Brilliant,
take a
isn't it?
look.
I have the only key to all 9 padlocks in my hand.
Anyone? A little technical issue. Give us 1 second.
Oh, great.
Technical issue.
Oh, we wet ourselves up.
And we leave him in there. He's in there for about half an hour.
Oh, he's in there for ages.
And there's a full audience in the studio. He's in there for half an hour. He thinks he's pre-recording an act to go in the final of AGT. And it all goes wrong.
And if you think about all the times we've had to wait for him on Britain's Got
Pure
Talent,
karma.
when they'll go, should we get him out yet? We'll go, leave him in there, leave him for longer, leave him in for longer.
Beautiful karma.
This is payback.
I saw something you posted yesterday out with him on a mountain bike in Malibu as well, which is just glorious.
So that's the beginning of his day. So this was the end of his day. At the beginning of the day, he went
So
for
he
his...
does this every day?
He goes for his morning bike ride in Malibu, and we staked him out for 3 days. So we got what the time he goes, his route and everything, and we got an RV parked at the side of the road, hidden cameras, got 2 actors to play officers on patrol, and pulls him up. We pull him over on his bike and just ruin his day. Really.
Simon Cowell on a bike in shorts is quite a joyous thing to behold.
That alone is worth tuning in for.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best thing about
What
it.
will you miss most about it, do you think? I mean, there's so many great items down the years.
I think you're right, Derek, the liveness of the whole thing. You know, live telly, as you know, doing this morning is the best.
Yeah.
It's the best buzz. It's, you know, we've got the best team. And, yeah, the people and the liveness we'll miss.
Yeah.
What's been some of the standout moments for you? Because, I mean, taking a plane to Florida, it's always been my favourite.
Yeah.
Seeing that dance that you did there.
Oh, yeah, Florida's always been a nice jolly, I'll be honest with you, the last few years.
That lovely moment, though, when you say you got a place on the plane, it's just...
Oh, yeah.
So
The happiest
great.
minute of the week, I have to say, is something that we've been doing for the last few years. And that is wonderful, to be able to surprise people, give them the trip of a lifetime that they could probably never afford, and take their family is wonderful.
Yeah. It's like a family, though. You've got, like, Fleur, you've got Andy Peters.
Yeah.
Is our Stephen Mulhern coming back?
Mullers is back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, actually, that is a plus thing. Mullers won't be on TV as much, so...
Yeah, good point.
Stop it!
Joking, we love Mullers.
Look, he's asleep.
We love the Mullers.
That's how good this interview's going.
Yeah, he's asleep.
Well, it's going.
So, thank God they're resting the show.
Not big in the dog world.
And what about the end of the shows? Because they are epic.
Yeah, end
You've got
of the
some
show
good
show's
ones.
about. We've got some good ones coming up. Tomorrow night is brilliant. We've got the amazing Becky Hill.
Yeah.
She's coming to do a medley of a lot of her biggest hits. And we've got an amazing, Ant calls it handography.
We are absolutely delighted to say Ellie joins us now on the sofa to tell us all about her 4 decades in film. 4 decades, can you even believe that?
No, it's awful, isn't it? When you know, it's hard to take in, to be honest.
Oh, and now to be nominated for an Oscar, that must feel so lovely. Congratulations.
Well, it's unbelievable. I'm delighted, of course, but you know, it was so unexpected.
So let's go way back. And how did you first get into the industry, and what was your big break?
Oh, golly. I mean, originally, many years ago, I won a scholarship to do fine art and painting, and bizarrely from that ended up doing theatre design at the Central School. And, you know, we were affiliated with all the West End theatres that went out and, you know, assisted people. And then one day, desperate for work after a brief stint of trying to temp and not being able to read shorthand back, I got offered a little job on a film called Buster, which was Phil Collins.
Yeah.
And there were 2 positions offered, the art department.
Yeah.
I said, what's that? Because obviously I only knew about theatre. And the production office. So I thought, well, if I go into the production office, I can dip into every department and see how it works and what I'd like to do and eventually, you know, what direction I want to go in.
Yeah.
So I was, for my sins, a production runner once only. Nearly killed me.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a hard work, isn't it? People don't realise how hard it is.
Well, back in those days, there wasn't such thing as hours. You had to be the first one there with the keys and the last one to leave.
Yeah. But what an apprenticeship at the same time.
Well, discipline.
Yeah.
You know. So I was very lucky to have that.
And you cut your teeth that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would you watch films with an eye where you're enjoying the film, or do you watch films and think, oh, I would have done that better?
I struggle, in all honesty, to watch any film if I know who has decorated it. And, you know, obviously it's a psychological thing. If I don't know the decorator, I can sit and watch it happily, you know, and enjoy it. But, you know, it's an insecurity, I think. You're constantly second-guessing whether you could have done it like that or successfully pulled it off or not.
Yeah.
So can you explain what set decoration is? It's within production design, I suppose, is it?
We used to be under the production design umbrella. I would very much like it if we were, you know, heavily in that position again. We have been separated slightly in recent years, where it's now 2 departments. You have the art department and set decoration. The art department, obviously, do the structure of the build, or the 4 walls, you know, engineering, installations, the fenestration, windows, doors, all that sort of thing.
She's totally judging our set, by the way.
I've given it a once over. Do you like our set? Because we've got some fantastic set designers here.
Yes, delightful. Yes, lovely. I mean, you know, I haven't looked behind me yet, but I'll have a quick look on the way out.
Have a little look. Yeah. We just saw some pictures of Napoleon, which was so, so lovely. Is it about who you know rather than what you know?
No, it's about who you know is only going to employ you if you know.
Yes.
And you know, I've been blessed to work with people of a certain age and professionalism that really do only employ people they trust to get on with it without being guided, and to stand shoulder to shoulder when things get tricky, and to be able to brainstorm at high speed and troubleshoot. So, you know, you're allowed to get on with your métier without too much interference, because you're there, because they trust you and they trust the longevity of your career and your experience. And that's great, but having said that, most of the people I work with go at extreme high speed.
Really?
Yes.
They want things hit there and then?
Sometimes you have to think on your feet. It's there and then, but it, you know, it runs like a military operation, and I and other heads of department run their departments like that.
We have to, right? Because the time is literally money, isn't it? So you know, you've got a certain amount of shooting schedule, you need to do all that by every day and
everything. But of course, you know, over your head always is the big grey cloud of the budget, and you are totally responsible for that as the person that's running that particular department.
Yeah.
But you do get to go to some incredible locations. I mean, when you worked on Gladiators, how was that? What was that like?
Well, the first Gladiator, Morocco for me is my paradise.
I love
on
Morocco.
Earth. You know, the people are divine. The heat is amazing. It's lovely dry heat. You know, there's great local support there. Incredible skilled craftsmen. And it, you know, it is one of my favourite places on earth, I have to say.
This is one of your scenes, right? You designed all of it. Sorry, we're seeing now.
This is the gosh, Gladiator 1, the training school. Yes, all those cages that you see. Again, we have to work with the animal department, but you know how far the bars have to be apart. They had to be made of, you know, of solid steel. You know.
Are you out there with the wrecking as well before you?
Yes.
You'll be looking at the location and so forth.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, it was so long ago now, but yes, and the art department out there was Spanish. So you know, you meet the most amazing people, the most unexpected characters. That, you know, I remember their paint department particularly, astonishingly talented and inventive. Yes, yes. incredible.
And you got, is it Gladiator 2 you have as well?
I've just done Gladiator 2.
Is that for those who are about to die? Is that what it's called?
Sorry?
For those that are about to die, because that's what they say, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Gladiator 2 for me again was in North Africa, where we did the first one.
Oh, wait.
And it was lovely because it was almost like a roll call of the previous crew members that we had, and I was, you know, very, very nicely welcomed. So.
Now, I know we shouldn't be defined by awards and trophies and things like that, but I really want you to win because I feel like you're doing it for the single mums.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was... I mean, do you know, I think... I'm not sure that it can be done anymore today. I mean, my daughter and I flopped over the finish line. But I did literally put her under my arm and race for planes and go to foreign locations. Like one, I remember Colombia, we did Love in the Time of Cholera in Cartagena. And her first school was in Cartagena. She was 2.5. Her first language was Latino Spanish, where she was correcting me in my attempts to speak Latino Spanish. And I used to put her in schools all over the world where they didn't speak English at all, and she just had to get on with it.
You did, right? You had to. Yeah.
You know,
Ellie, best of luck.
Yeah, she's
really
20 now, really streetwise, very worldly, great with adults, you know, and a survivor.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Well, that's the achievement,
Good
right?
luck. Yeah, I'm very proud of her. She's the apple of my eye.
You can watch all the Oscars red carpet action on the Sunday, the 10th of March from 9 on ITVX, and Jonathan Ross joined us for the main event, 10:15 on ITV1. And best of luck. Thank you.
We're dressing Ellie as well with Goth, aren't we? I don't think you need it, but yeah.
You don't clap yourself.
I know, I was like, why am I clapping? Why am I clapping?
And welcome, Oti. Oti, thanks for coming on the sofa. The
Thank you for having
competition is really heating up now for Dancing on Ice, isn't it?
It definitely is. I don't think we've ever had such high standard before because every single one of the celebs are so good. But also they're really working hard and they're all really passionate and you can see it every Sunday night.
I mean, they're not all so good, are
Yes,
they? I
they
mean,
are. They are, actually. They are really.
But like, there's got to be someone who's really standing out. Come on.
Oh, you mean standing out?
Yeah.
There are a few that are standing out, and for individual reasons. Like for me, someone who I really adore is Adele, and I think she's got an incredible story. She's such a strong woman. She's never danced, never skated before, and every single week she gives us something completely different. We also had Ryan Thomas.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
He's brilliant, isn't he? He fell twice and then he came back this Sunday with an extraordinary program. And it's just the development that you never know what's going to happen every single Sunday. It's just so unpredictable. But they all deserve to be there.
Because it was really, you know, it was very competitive between him and Greg, like Ryan Thomas and Greg Rutherford.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're very competitive behind the scenes, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
That's my little scoop when I went
yeah?
there.
Right,
Anyway.
she's got a little gossip
Is that the thing they said weren't to say to anybody?
Sorry, yeah. So Ashley Banjo's off on his tour.
Yes, he is.
So you've got Johnny filling in.
We have Johnny where Johnny is an incredible Olympic-winning figure skater, and he came and he did a show, and I think all of us were just gobsmacked, like literally mouths open, astonished. One of the most incredible programs and shows that we've ever seen, and he's just fabulous, you know. It's such a pleasure to be on the panel.
My word.
Just look at him go.
The elegance. I'd love to be able to do that.
I know, right? Just to get up, have those strong thighs.
Wow.
To get
He's
up.
going fast.
There is a show you can go on, Josie, to learn how to do that.
I'd break my face in
we
a
could sort of like...
That'd be TV gold. That'd be TV gold. We would love it.
Babies.
Yes,
we got babies. How are you finding parenthood, motherhood?
Do you know what? It's kind of this new level of exhaustion that you learn to work with, but it is the most amazing thing ever. When you wake up in the morning and you see the little baby's face, or my little baby's face, her, and you're just like, wow, I absolutely love you. I love motherhood. I love how it feels. I love just that new feeling of this is who I need to become to be strong for you. And just the gratitude that I feel to be able to actually have a little girl, which is amazing.
Yeah, she came quite early, didn't she? You were in NICU for a long time.
Yeah, she was in the NICU for about 6 weeks. She came 2 months early, which was totally unexpected.
we didn't know. And actually, I gave birth at the UCLH, and they were so amazing, the NHS, and I've said this so many times. I don't usually get sick, so I never really am in hospital, so I never really have to use the NHS that much. But then I really needed them, and they were incredible. Like, we were taken care of so much, and not just me, but all the mothers there. I have a few NICU mom friends now, and we keep in touch and we talk about each other's children. But I think the whole process to go through it was something really traumatizing. And I didn't really talk about it for a long time.
You kept it a secret. You're very good at keeping secrets.
No, you just don't say anything. It's not a secret. You just don't say anything. Yeah, I didn't say anything for about 9-10 weeks because first I wanted time with her and my husband. We just wanted to be a family with my family. Mutsi came from Germany. My parents came from South Africa.
He's so lovely, your husband.
Yeah.
You're so well suited, aren't you?
He's lovely. He's lovely. And we just wanted to be a family and just have fun, enjoy Christmas. And then we were like, OK, fine. Now we're all calm. Everything is OK. We can just talk about it and celebrate her.
We find out so much about you every time you come onto the sofa. But one thing we did not know about is your secret, sordid past as a civil engineer.
Yeah, you didn't know? She's smart. I studied civil engineering in South Africa. But I started dancing when I was 4, and then I studied civil engineering. And that's really why, because I'm a part of this incredible team called the T Team. And really, we talk and we raise awareness about this new qualification that's called the T levels. And it's amazing. And for one T level, it's 3 A levels. And we talk to a lot of 16 and 19-year-olds because, you know, sometimes you study something and you don't know what you want to do, where you want to work. And with this, within the 2 years, you actually get 45 days industry placement. And it's so incredible for parents who are like, well, you might want to try this. You might not like it. Feel how it is. Because when I was studying, I studied and then I actually got to work and I didn't like it. I was like, this is not for me. But I learned a few transferable skills from there, like timekeeping, which I never keep. I'm surprised I'm actually on time.
I don't know how you do it.
I
don't know how you do it. Not with a baby as well. I just don't know how you do it. But you do it.
That's the thing. You do it, you know. And I would say that is due sort of to my engineering background, where you're able to look at a problem and just find the solutions and be like, how do I fix this? How do I make it work for me, for my husband, for work? How do I just make it all work? It's difficult.
Mums just do it.
Yeah.
Blokes just talk about doing it.
I can't believe I've been called a mum on this morning.
That's great.
Mums just do it. Yeah, that's
You
it.
look so proud.
You do.
Should be. Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Great
so
to
much.
see you. We'll see you soon. Take Christmas joins us now.
I'm going to take responsibility for that one, mate, because I pulled you up on it, didn't I, just before we came on, and I put it back in your head.
Yeah, you're playing Jedi mind games with me. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Oh, Chris, thanks for joining us. That was from your last tour, Speaky Blinders, and you've got a brand new tour, Yonks.
It is, yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
So Yonks is, you know what, I've gone old school. You know, in the 90s, I was a massive stand-up fan, and you know, I think the Edinburgh Festival these days plays a lot into developing people's tours, and because you need to stand out at the Edinburgh Festival, a lot of shows end up being quite thematic or about a subject, you know, and I think my last tour was a little bit like that as well. There was a lot of personal, family-like stuff and about kind of being a dad and doing all of that in the dark, you know. And
brilliant.
Yeah,
so funny.
This one, I've kind of gone old school and done one of those stand-up shows that's about absolutely nothing at all. So it's about loads of things, but there's no theme. It's about everything from Arnold Schwarzenegger to William Shakespeare and me love for one and me hate for the other. And, you know, AI and turnips and loads of stuff in between. So no one's learning anything. That's what I'm saying.
No one wants to learn anything.
No one wants to,
laugh, right?
There you
Is that
go.
because you got into trouble for telling too many stories about your family? Is that what happened?
Do you know what? I've given my daughter this tour off, really. She's yeah, she's my daughter's 10 now, and she's, you know, she used to, I think she's getting to that age where, you know, the kids become a little bit more aware of it, don't they? But I remember once I was going to do a telly show and she goes, she said, now, don't be talking about me on the TV tonight. And then she thought about it. She went, actually, talk about me on the TV tonight.
Can we talk about her one more time? Because you tell this amazing story about bath time with her.
Yeah, so this story was on my very first live at the Apollo, and it was about my daughter when she was about 2 years old, and she did a poo in the bath. And she handed it to me, and she asked me what it was, and I had to smell it to see what it was. And then I kind of played the story out about what was going on in her head, whether she really didn't know what it was, or whether she was like, "Hang on a minute, I can get this fella."
Well, she thought it was an ice cream, didn't she?
Yeah, listen.
Easily done.
Yeah. Oh, she said to me, "What's this, Daddy? Is it ice cream?" But the thing is, that's the only, for years, that was the only bit of my stand-up that she'd ever seen, right? Because my wife showed it to her. And so for years, she thought that's what I did. She thought I just went out to work, I told everybody she did a poo in the bath. and it got to the stage where she kind of knew that's how I earned money. And she must have been there going, "Oh, do you know what? Thank God I did that poo in the bath, or we'd have nothing. We'd be..." Yeah, we wouldn't be able to eat.
So good. So good. Oh, wow. And also, one day when she gets married, you know, it's going to be in the speech as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? She won't like it as much then.
Absolutely, yeah. But the thing is, as well, she said to me as well, this is the innocence of children, right? She goes, "Can I come to your show?" And I said, "No, you're not old enough." She said, "When can I come?" She said, "When I'm 18. And she goes, "And you can tell the story about me doing the poo in the bath, and then I can come out the end and go, 'Hey, everybody, it's me.'" I said, "You're really not going to want to do that, sweetheart. That's..."
That's so good. Sorry. There's a lovely... staying with your daughter on a kind of different non-pooey note. Technology is really helping you out here a little bit, get closer to her, because obviously, you know, your vision is hugely impaired.
Well, hugely. Nothing, mate, nothing.
What can you see, actually? Could you have nothing, or do you see light?
Blurry light. Yeah, okay. just different levels of blurriness. And I was watching in the dressing room, by the way, the little girl that was on before Maya.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a sweetheart, wasn't she? So positive as well. I mean, just amazing. Great. But no, I'm sure with Maya, it's kind of just nothing if she's never seen, whereas mine deteriorated, so it's just blurry light, really.
OK, but AI is helping you out quite a bit here, isn't it?
It gets a bad press, doesn't it, AI? Yeah. I mean, it will kill us all one day, but you've got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? But at the minute, and I use it every day, and I can use the AI. I'll take a photograph of something, and it will describe what is in the photo to me in a way that no human has ever got the patience to talk to me. And it means that I can take photographs of my daughter, I can, even if she does a drawing, I'll take a photograph of the drawing, and the AI will literally explain it's a drawing of a park setting with a pond, and there are stick figures and stick dogs. And it even said, the sun has been drawn with a stitched effect to make it look like it's stitched. If I ask my wife that or anyone else, they just go, "It's a park." I wish I'd had it like 8 years ago. I could have taken a photo. It would have went, "It's a poo, don't go near it."
Oh, Chris, I'll tell you what, you've got funny bones. Like, you only got to open your mouth and I laugh my head off. You're so funny. I just think you're brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
You bring joy, that's why I call you Christmas.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. Good backtracking. Good back.
Absolutely brilliant. So on tour now, and with Yonks.
Yeah.
Where are you tonight?
So I'm in Maidstone tonight, tomorrow. I was in Bury St Edmunds last night and got home at 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is me after 3 cups of coffee.
Oh, you're doing well.
Powering through. Maidstone tonight and tomorrow, and then we carry on for... Well, basically, we carry on until people stop buying tickets. I'll keep on going until I'm in a room on my own.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen.
But tickets are on my website at chrismccausland.com, really, for everywhere. I'll be going everywhere.
A nice little plug there, Chris. Sorry, I just lost it then. He's too funny.
Brilliant. Yeah. Chris, thanks so much.
Now, after the break, Alice there.
He's having a nice time at Classic FM.
I'm enjoying myself.
Marcus with us now. How did this job come about?
It's a strange old situation, Dermot, because you get offered various things at various points. And, you know, I'm busy. I've got stuff I'm doing at Channel 5 at the moment. Whole Channel 5 team are watching this, by the way. Hello to the Channel 5 team as well. They're very excited in the newsroom today. But Classic FM came along and they said, "We'd love you to think about doing breakfast." And sometimes a job just feels right. And I thought, that's too big an opportunity to say no to, because I would hate to be in a situation a few years down the line when I'm listening to someone else do it thinking, that would have been amazing to do. So I'm sat here today, very proud to be a Classic FM breakfast presenter.
Oh, good. And Dan, I was just saying, you do look very refreshed.
Yes.
But you're not getting up at 3 o'clock a.m. every morning, are you now?
No, exactly. When I used to do BBC Breakfast, you know what it's like? If the alarm goes off at 3, that's far too early. That's like a flight to Spain time, isn't it? Yeah. But I get up now about sort of 5:30, 5:45, which is, you know,
morning.
Essentially a light.
Early morning, but morning.
Yeah, and I feel great, I feel refreshed, and I really enjoy. I think if you enjoy the job that you do, you know, we're all privileged to do something that we love doing. I love talking to people, I love being on the radio and getting those messages back from people who are, whatever they're doing in the day, they're enjoying listening to that, or, you know, they're enjoying watching this show now, and you are a bit of a part of what they're doing.
Oh, Dan, you know when you were getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, did you constantly feel like you had jet lag?
By Wednesday, I was like full zombie mode. And also, you get really emotional, don't you? So by Wednesday, I was like, end of the show, you're like in the toilet just crying about, you know, just anything sends you up. Yeah, someone says something nice about your trousers, you're like, oh, so kind of you.
You had a little cry in the toilets?
Well, not every day, but I think you just get... don't build it up too much, Joe.
Sorry.
No, I think when you are sleep deprived, you get a little bit emotional. But I'm really enjoying it. And I know people, whenever you do a job that involves being up in the morning, people are obsessed by what time you get up. But I fly out of bed in the morning because I love what I'm doing.
There's something very special about a breakfast audience, whether it's on telly or... especially in radio, I think.
Yeah, and I think I work in telly and in radio, but I love telly, but there is something, and you'll know this, there's something really intimate about a radio audience, and particularly at that time of day as well, because, you know, without beating around the bush, people are... Sometimes they're in their pants, you know, they're in bed, they are the first person that you might hear in the morning, they're getting their kids ready for school, and there's something quite special about that relationship because you are sort of introducing the day to them and they are spending those first few minutes, those moments of the day, getting ready for whatever is to come. They're spending that with you, and that's a really special relationship.
Is the show quite interactive then?
Yeah, you heard about Dan Walker's dog walker there, which when I first heard that idea, I thought, really? But
what I love about that idea is such a back of a fag packet idea.
I know.
It's actually really good because you're like, what? Actually, no, it works pretty well.
It does. So every day we get, you know, so many people sending pictures of their dog because lots of people walk their dog first thing in the morning, and loads of dogs and humans, thankfully, love Classic FM. So, you know, there's people who are out there walking their dogs, listening to the radio, and every day we shine a little light on a human and their hound, and we call it Dan Walker's Dog Walker.
I love it.
It's a nice way to get out of bed, classical music, isn't it? But what I like about your show and Classic FM, and Radio 3 does as well, is that there isn't so much snobbery there. You know, it's just you're educating a lot of people, and people are just sort of finding new... That's what I love about radio. You find new stuff on there.
Exactly. I think it's really important to say that, Derm, as well, because I think many people have an image of the sort of person who listens to classical music, and I think what Classic FM has done brilliantly is it said it doesn't matter. You might know the difference between Mozart and Beethoven, and you might have a favourite piece of music from Shostakovich. That's fine, but we're also trying to appeal to that person who would say, oh, I heard that on The Simpsons, or I've seen that film, I've seen that advert. And I think it's for all of us. And people say, I don't know anything about Shakespeare, but we use Shakespearean phrases every single day. And it's the same with classical music. It's in our DNA.
What gets you pumped? A bit of Vaughan Williams?
Yeah, exactly. I love a bit of Vaughan Williams.
Elgar, you sort of... working out.
What are you doing there?
I don't know.
We don't know. I'll tell you what else was in your DNA.
Yeah.
We saw the snake hips on Strictly dancing. Do you still see Nadia?
I do, yeah. Well, obviously, she taught me to dance, and one of the things I promised Nadia was that at some stage in her life, because she's always wanted to play golf, I'd say, you know, I love golf, and that's how I relax. I'll get you into golf. So she's learning to play golf. Annoyingly,
she's really good at golf.
Yes, exactly. She'll probably be better than me in about a week. But yeah, still good friends with loads of the people on the cast yesterday, cast and crew. Yeah.
Tell us what is this ritual between songs, the press ups?
Well.
What, you want to 5,000 or something?
No, I can't. I don't really know how to explain this, Dermot. But when I started, I thought, you know, when you start a new job sometimes, you think, let's have a little challenge to go along with it. And I'm not really a Jimmy person. I'm not into massive muscles or anything. But I thought, I tell you what, I've always wanted to do a press-up challenge. Every single day since I started on Classic FM, I'll try and do 100 press-ups. Now, there we go.
Oh, look.
Now,
can you get them in? Can you do 100 in a row?
I can do 60 is my record in a row. But I'm smiling there, but there's a lot of pain going on. But actually, I've done now 5,200, I think, as of this morning. So when there's a track that's longer than about 8 minutes, I just bash out.
What's the ideal song, ideal piece of music to do press-ups?
Well, we were thinking about this morning. I quite like Jay Unger's A Show Can Farewell. Do you know that one? Slow. It's not really sort of, you know, let's pump those muscles music, but I like that. Just calm, controlled, and just, you know, with the rhythm of the music.
What's the Egg Club all about?
Yeah, come on, Dan. That's what we want to know, because I've got into this Egg Club.
OK, so a few years ago on social media, it's another one of these stupid ideas, a bit like Dan Walker's dog walker, but it works. I just started judging people's eggs, and they'd send me their pictures of poached eggs, and I'd say, no, that's not an acceptable poached egg. And I started making these silly rules up, and at the peak of its powers, Josie, there were about 400 people sending me egg pictures over the course of a weekend. Even people coming up in the street and saying, this is my poached egg, what do you think? There's only, I think, 20 members of Egg Club. I don't know. You know what it's like, it just develops.
It's like the least fun egg out of all of
people have shouted at... What are you talking about?
Well,
poached is the king of eggs, isn't it?
5 ways you can have an egg.
No.
So I'd go fried...
No.
Boiled, soft...
No, poached, scrambled...
Omelette, scrambled, poached.
No, it's poached, then scrambled. Surely it's poached egg, top egg,
no, fried for me with a little bit of soy sauce. There you go, Dan, that's one for you.
Hello.
What?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Fried with a little bit of soy sauce.
Oh, Nazi
there you
Garan,
go,
a little
there
bit
you
of
go.
that jazz.
And
Well
Dan,
done.
thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
on.
Dan, lovely.
Classic FM Breakfast with Dan Walker is broadcast weekdays from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Classic FM,
Joseph,
Global Player.
I know you get up early. Give us half an hour tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get you in the right frame of mind for the day, OK?
All right.
Yeah.
As a promise.
All right, then. Do you know what? I'll take it.
There you go.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you very much.
Trailer looks epic.
You did highlight I've been doing this for 24 years now. It was actually nearly 25 years ago I was on that island for a year. But honestly, that whole journey across the Congo was magical. It was kind of everything you could ever want from a journey. And I've done quite a lot, but it really affected me.
But, I mean, your last trip into the jungle, was it 2008, Ben? Was it the one before this? It was a bit of a harrowing trip for you, wasn't it?
Well, I did a series years ago called Extreme Dreams, and I contracted a disease called leishmaniasis. It's one of the world's neglected diseases, affects lots of people die from it. And the treatment is pretty archaic. It hasn't advanced because not enough wealthy Westerners get it for pharmaceutical companies to want to come up with a vaccine. So it's still a chemotherapy to treat it. And I was off work for a long time and had some pretty extreme courses of treatment. So I did, it was a struggle to go back into the rainforest where I was very vulnerable. I was living with the Benjele. I was sleeping, you know, in the same sort of structures that they slept in. So I was quite vulnerable to everything they're vulnerable
even
to.
Even though the first time we got it, you were in Peru and this is in the Congo.
Well, yeah, so the disease, leishmaniasis, actually wasn't prevalent in the Congo, but there are plenty of other...
How do you get the disease and what does it do to you then?
The one that I got years ago was from the bite of a sandfly.
Right.
But, you know, the reality...
That's simple.
And it could be cured very simply. Like I say, it's one of the neglected diseases, and I've been working with charities to try and encourage pharmaceutical companies to come up with a vaccine or a better treatment, but that we're still waiting.
Wow.
Right, OK.
So with this show, did you have a good idea as to what you wanted to do? Because the Congo's so vast. Did you have a good idea what you wanted to do when you were there, or was it a voyage of discovery, like when you were there every day? Like how much are you told? How much do you plan yourself?
I wanted a proper adventure. I remember reading Tintin's Into the Congo, and I know, you know, that's not the oracle of what the Congo is, but I think it's always been in my head that the Congo, what would it be like there? So I kind of wanted to scratch beneath the surface and find the real Congo. So the Benjele is ancient Congo. This is people who have lived as they live for thousands of years unchanged, one of the most beautiful, profound experiences of my life, but right through to modern day Congo, which includes this extraordinary group of people called the Sapeurs. The Sapeurs are sort of Congolese dandies, and it comes from when the French had it as a colony, which was not a great period, obviously. But many of the Congolese fell for French fashion, and they still parade up and down in three-piece tweed suits and bowler hats with pipes, through to voodoo wrestling, one of the craziest, most bizarre, scariest, most eccentric thing I've ever seen. I can't wait for people to see it. It's wrestling, as we know it, but wrestling where they don't actually make contact with each other. All of the magic of the wrestling is in voodoo, so they use their hands to freeze people. I mean, wait till you see it. And they dress in hot pants and mini skirts.
So the tribesmen are still practicing all their ancient traditions still?
The Bengele that I lived with was just amazing, I have to say. In my search as a kind of journeyman, a storyteller, it was everything that I want in my life. They live a simple, happy, humble, caring, thoughtful community life. They look out for one another. And I think I've been searching for something over the last 25 years. I think I turned 50 last year, and I think when you reach that milestone, you start looking for meaning in life. I don't want to get too profound for you, but for me, I am searching for the perfect way of life. And I think a lot of society, including myself, have lost their way.
Yeah.
We're constantly striving for more. We want more of everything. We're never complacent with what we have. And I say that with a great respect, because I know a lot of people are genuinely struggling when it comes to lots of finances, mental health. But for me, the Bengele live such a beautiful, happy life, and I was really moved by it. It's very intense. You know, you're always, someone's holding your hand, someone has their hand on you. They're in your face the whole time, but there's something really beautiful about that.
Presumably as well, the mix of cultures in such a vast area. Like in a month, you could have done 6 months there, I guess.
Oh, I mean, I could have spent so much time. I went to see Western lowland gorillas, which I've been filming for years on Animal Park on the BBC, and I've seen them in captivity. I've never seen them in the wild, and that was a really magical experience. We're wearing masks there to prevent us from infecting the gorillas. We were obviously very sensitive on this whole journey. When I say we, myself and the crew, we were very sensitive to the Bengele. We had an anthropologist with us the whole time and a translator, because, you know, there is lots of cultural sensitivity when it comes to the people, but also the wildlife.
Sure.
So you're out there, you're spending time with the most remote tribes in the world, and you're seeing all their practices of ancient traditions, and you come back and you say that we've like severed our connection. We've severed our connection with spirit, or severed our connection with nature. Is it really hard to come back and adjust to our world now after you've been out there and experienced what you have?
I find it increasingly hard to go from this extraordinary, really intense experience like I had with the Bengele, suddenly back to being a dad, children, modern life, like we all do. And I kind of thrive on those two very different worlds, but I find it increasingly hard. The inequalities I find harder and harder. I'm so aware of how lucky and privileged I am in this country, let alone in the grand scheme of the world. And I do find it harder and harder, and it puts more and more confusion into my already slightly confused brain. But I think I really like the fact that I'm able to actually make films that hopefully will make people think. You know, we were chatting about bushmeat, for example, Dermot, just before this. You know, I'm a conservationist and environmentalist. I've passionately campaigned against things that I feel are wrong. But when I visited a bushmeat market and they got really cross that we were there, understandably, you kind of understand they don't have supermarkets brimming to the top shelf full of food. So they are forced to consume what lives in the forest. But they do it, not everyone, but a lot of them do it with fairness. They protect and are careful about their consumption.
Well, we cannot wait to watch this. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for another brilliant series. Into the Congo with Ben Fogle continues Sunday at 9 p.m. on Channel 5.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, well done, you.
Thank
Well done, you. Tracy Ann Oberman has swapped the screen for the stage as she stars in her own adaptation of the famous Shakespeare play, The Merchant of Venice.
Now, as the show's West End run continues, Tracy joined us this morning. Great to have you with us.
So lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
It was nice to chat a bit of Shakespeare.
Oh, absolutely.
A writer ahead of his times, ahead of the curve. He really was, wasn't he?
So people are intimidated by Shakespeare, and actually they shouldn't be, because, well, I even get really intimidated by Shakespeare, and I wouldn't race to the theatre unless it was one that I could really get into. And the great thing about the adaptation that we've done, Merchant of Venice 1936, is it's 1.5 hours long. It's really sexy, it's really punchy, it's really political, and it's very easy to understand. So people who, we took it all over the country, people who've never seen a Shakespeare before have been coming back 3 or 4 times because it really spoke to them.
Merchant of Venice is a brilliant Shakespeare play. So just give us a kind of an overview.
Yeah. So it's a difficult play. I've always hated it myself. I really have. I think it's a really difficult play. It's a Jewish moneylender who makes a contract with a Venetian aristocrat for 3,000 ducats and makes a jokey contract to say that if the aristocrat, who's deeply anti-Semitic and has spat at her and treated her like a dog for many years, the joke is if he can't pay back his money, she wants a pound of his flesh. And for various reasons, he can't pay back the money. He destroys her life and she takes him to court for that pound of flesh. And at the end of the play, spoiler alert, her life is slightly destroyed. But so I've taken it, along with Bridget Larmore, and we've adapted it. We've cut all the fat off it. But we've set it in 1936 against a backdrop of Oswald Mosley and the British Union of Fascists and the Battle of Cable Street that my great-grandmother, I based my Shylock on my great-grandmother, who came over as an immigrant and stood face to face with all her neighbours at the Battle of Cable Street to say to the fascists, "You shall not pass." And so the play has got a very interactive ending, and it's got a feel-good message at this minute in time, which is people are trying to divide us. We're better together, we're stronger together, and we're prouder together.
Very, very important message right now. It really, really is. It really, really is.
And how did the adaptation come around then? Who did you sit down? Because you said you hated the play.
I really don't like the play. I think it's
adapt it?
Well, it's true. I've always looked at it, and I think maybe being the only Jewish girl in the class, and I was forced to read Shakespeare, and then I always say interval, but it was break time. In the break time, all the kids were running around, sort of rubbing their hands together, saying, "My ducat's my daughter." It's a deeply anti-Jewish and racist play. But instead of taking it out of the canon, I wanted to reclaim it, and I wanted people to be able to see it in all its full goriness, but also understand what it was saying. And I wanted to set it in a time that really explains what racism meant.
Was the adaptation quite tricky then? Because it is a complicated... It's one of Shakespeare's more complicated plays.
It is a complicated play. I mean, lucky audiences. It normally runs at 3 hours and 45 minutes. Ours is an hour and a half. I can't stress that long enough. But it's done so well. It's really spoken... it started out as a 2-week job that we were doing it at Watford Palace Theatre. It then went up to Manchester. It's just finished a 13-week tour, absolutely sold out around the country.
Done you.
Went to the Royal Shakespeare Company, sold out, and the audience have propelled it into the West End. So it is like the project of my life. I wanted it... I saw a production of the all-female Julius Caesar at the Donmar, and for many years I'd been thinking, what happens if you take Shylock and you turn it into a woman? What would happen? And when I saw this all-female Julius Caesar that worked so well, and I really understood it, I started to work on this idea of this very strong matriarch. I had these strong, tough matriarch great-grandmas and great-auntie, Machine Gun Molly, Sarah Portugal, who wore a sash.
Machine Gun Molly was your auntie's
tough.
nickname.
That was her great-auntie's nickname. These were tough, strong matriarchs in the East End who knew how to cut deals and make bargains, and I wanted my Shylock to be based on that.
You're the first female to play.
I think in a major production, yes. Yeah. It's a real groundbreaking... And, the love that the audiences have had for it, I cannot thank you enough. It's, I've taken a year and a half out of my life, out of television and everything else, to put this production on, and it has really spoken to people.
So, sorry, Craig, I was just going to say, tough women were made in tough times.
Exactly.
Have your family, since watching the show, have they opened up about their struggles?
Well, I always grew up with it. I come from a Holocaust family background. I always knew about it. My great-grandmother, Annie, who I very much based this character on, she escaped. If you've seen Fiddler on the Roof, she used to watch that at Christmas and go, documentary, because she grew up with all the pogroms, and she saw her dad nearly being beheaded, and she was sent over at 13 on the boat to escape from those pogroms and landed in the East End of London, lived on a factory floor, and she loved England. She called it the Golden Medina, but these women were tough. I think, like all immigrant women, to leave your home and to come over and to build a family in a foreign country where you don't really speak the language, you're tough. And particularly from 1900s onwards, the English like their women to be very decorative and quiet and not very political. But these immigrant women were strong and tough, and they knew how to cut a deal, and they were often widowed. So that's who I wanted my Shylock to represent.
And as you said, in the Battle of Cable Street itself, it was the whole community that came together. It wasn't just the Jewish community in the fight against fascism, which is the message we want to propel today, right?
Look, we're living in such febrile, difficult times. You know, I myself have got 24-hour security. There's so much Jew hatred and also just hatred in general.
Because of the play?
Because of, for many reasons, unfortunately, since the horrific attack by Hamas in Israel and the ongoing war, actually, even before Israel had put a foot inside Gaza, there was already, within the first 24 hours, over 300% rise in anti-Jewish hatred. And I just think if you're Jewish at all at the moment, or even, you know, any minority, there's just a lot of hate around. So the lesson of the Battle of Cable Street that I was always taught is that Oswald Mosley was great friends with Hitler. He got married to Diana Mitford at Goebbels' house. Hitler was his friend. He taught him all about whipping up Jew hatred amongst other working-class communities to get a power base. So he had his private army of the British Union of Fascists, and they marched on Cable Street to show the Jewish entity they weren't welcome. And the Irish working-class neighbours, the English working-class, the Afro-Caribbean community, Somalian sailors, trade unionists, dockers, they all stood together and said, if you come for the Jews, you come for us all. And they linked arms and they overturned milk floats. And they pushed they did not pass. They pushed those back. The power of unity. We're stronger together, better together and prouder together.
Good message.
Thank you for coming on. Thank
you for having me.
And good luck with the rest of it.
Yeah, The Merchant of Venice, 1936, showing at the Criterion Theatre until the 23rd of March.
Yeah, at Piccadilly, Criterion Theatre till the 23rd. Do come. Tickets are still available.
Lovely.
Thank you so much. Good luck with the rest of the month. Thank you so much. Right.
Quiz show Pointless. He's become a global best-selling author, selling millions of copies of his hit series, The Thursday Murder Club. It is, of course, the brilliant Richard Osman. Welcome, Richard.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Lovely to see you both. What a great show so far.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, let's see if we can continue it.
Richard was saying he was sitting over there wanting to get involved all the time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone who comes on. Martin Lewis. Martin, I've got a question for you. The doctors who were so brilliant.
Yeah.
Weren't they? I just wanted to sit and say thank you. But yeah, anyway, listen, carry on. You're doing a great job.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Anyway, that's all we got time for.
You can leave now. You can leave now.
I just cannot. Well, I can. The success you've had. I mean, you've sold over 10 million books worldwide now. They're saying it's the next Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Is that what you're doing? It's kind of annoying his success, his prolific success.
And I felt like I never had to really read the brief because Craig has been talking about you all evening last night, weren't you?
Well,
he's like your #1 biggest fan.
The Thursday Murder Club is just a fantastic series, and the characters are brilliant, and you become so invested in them, and the way they live and the way they strive to have their best lives, even in this nursing home. They're brilliant, aspirational characters.
Well, it's a joy. You know, I've always written, and about 5 years ago, I thought I've got to write a novel. And again, my mum lives in a retirement home, and I just met some of these people. I thought, that's the thing I have to write about. I have to write about this generation, the extraordinary things they've done, and the life that's still in them, and the adventures they have, and the counter side of that, grief you're talking about later. So I thought that's what I want to write about. And yeah, people have really, really taken it to their hearts, and around the world as well, which is so lovely, because I love writing them. I love the characters, and to share them with people is it's just a dream.
Is there anything that you do to develop your writing, or does it just come to you? Do you have to go on long walks, or does it come to you during, or do you make notes all the time? How do you develop the stories?
I try. This is the key to writing. If anyone is at home writing, the key to writing is do anything you can to stop to not write. So I'll sit downstairs for hours and hours and hours and go, I'll just watch Bargain Hunt, and then eventually I'll go upstairs. The cat will sit on my lap. For like 5 minutes, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to write. And then suddenly something clicks in, one of the characters will say a line, or someone will walk into a room you've not met before, and then, you're writing. But yes, it's all characters. If people fall in love with characters, they'll read your whole book. Do
you have a favourite? Because I'm guessing, I'm going to take a stab that you have a thing for Joyce.
I love Joyce.
Yeah.
I love Joyce because, she writes a diary, so we're sort of inside her head a little bit more. I think all four of them are different parts of my brain. I think I've got a bit of Ibrahim the psychiatrist, a bit of Ron, the Bolshevik Union leader, a bit of Elizabeth the spy, but mostly Joyce, who just has such a kind of... I love her kind heart.
We were saying last night, we just wonder what your IQ is.
Oh, God knows. I don't think it's that
We do, don't we,
Yeah,
Craig?
yeah, I think you have a crazy large brain.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I
we
do,
think
yeah.
it's...
Yeah,
no,
I do.
if you honestly, if you saw me at home just sort of trying to fix things, you'd be like, oh God, no, this guy's not the brightest. He's not the smartest guy I've ever met. I was
Wearing
trying to fix,
cornflakes in your beard.
I was trying to fix the boiler, and I was like, I don't understand this at all.
So, can we have your big announcement,
Yes.
please?
So I've done 4 Thursday Murder Club books, and there will be more. There's more coming back. But this year, I've written a brand new book with brand new characters. So we haven't ever told anyone the title or the front cover. I think we got the front cover. It's called We Solve Murders, is the name of the book. It's out in September. It's a brand new series. There you go, look at that. Sort of like
Oh, you've a cover and everything. OK, so this is really happening, Richard.
with a cat and a gun. Unfortunately, it is happening. And it's about a detective duo. It's about a father-in-law and daughter-in-law. The father-in-law has a small investigations company in the New Forest in Hampshire, but, you know, he doesn't really like leaving his village. All he likes going home to his cat, and he likes to make sure he does the pub quiz every Tuesday. That's all he wants. His daughter-in-law is a close protection officer to billionaires around the world, so she's always flying to private islands on private jets. Her life is in danger, and she has to send for the only person who she can trust, which is her father-in-law. Suddenly, he's going around the world on private jets, and he's not happy about it. But it's got all the kind of wit and humour of a Thursday Murder Club. But, you know, you're in St Lucia, and you're in Dubai, and, you know, it's such an absolute treat.
This character sounds very familiar. Might he be sitting on the sofa opposite him?
Well, do you know what?
I mean, you have to travel. You'd rather be at home with your cat.
That's sort of where he came from, Steve, who's that guy. I thought whenever I go abroad, and it's lovely to go, I know it's lovely, but I'm always like, I just want to sit at home and watch the snooker, really. And I just thought, what if I had a hero who was forced to travel around the world on private jets and is not happy about it? I don't travel around the world on private jets, by the way. So, you know, he's literally on a private jet and they don't have beer or crisps. And he's like, oh, God, this is the worst. So, it's, you know, I just force him into, because he loves his daughter-in-law so much and she loves him, I force them into this kind of, this unit that has to solve murders.
Are you nervous? Because the Thursday Murder Club, they're so familiar and the characters are so charming and lovable. It's a safe place to write from, I would imagine, because you know them so well. Going into new territories, does it feel like that kind of difficult second album kind of situation?
You know what? I was nervous at first. It's like going to a new school. And I thought, you know, can I do this? And for the first 3 chapters, I was like, you're not Joyce. You're not Ron. And actually, 3 chapters in, I went, oh, my God, I love you. And that's the moment when, as a writer, you think, OK, I think this has got legs, because if I like the characters and if they're surprising me, I think people at home will like them as well. And, you know, there's 3 main characters, the father-in-law, daughter-in-law, and a woman who's the world's best-selling crime novelist. She's like Jackie Collins, and she's kind of the third wheel. And the 3 of them, when I put them together and they start talking to each other, I'm like, it runs away. And so I think I love it. I mean, who knows? But I love it.
And Steven Spielberg is also a big fan of your work. He's been in touch. Talk about got legs. I mean, Thursday Murder Club is going to be made into a film. Is that...
going to be made into a film, hopefully filming this August. Amazing casting news, which I'm not allowed to say because it's... but certainly one of the cast is someone who people always say to me, is so-and-so going to be in this film? One of the cast members...
Judi Dench.
One of the... Craig, you will not get it out of me. This is not a brown trouser interview.
She's Elizabeth. I'm just saying she's Elizabeth. You should cast her.
But one of the names is someone I never would have thought of in a million years, but is absolutely brilliant. So I'm incredibly excited about it.
Wow, so you've got the film, and then it's hugely popular. You've got a series on the way as well. You're in talks to do an actual series.
Of We Solve Murders, yes. And Netflix have bought the rights to We Solve Murders, which is great. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it could be a busy few years. Unless everyone reads We Solve Murders and says, this is not for us, in which case they'll go quiet. But I think anyone who likes Thursday Murder Club will like it. Listen, a lot of it is the same. It's like British humour, there's a few tears, there's, you know, it's
familiar.
Lots of murders.
There's a moment in the last Thursday Murder Club book, and I don't want to give too much away, but someone passes away, and I sobbed throughout the whole thing in the build-up to his or her death.
Yeah.
Clever, eh?
That's good.
When you're writing it, do you get upset?
Yes, I really did, particularly there's a couple of scenes about the character you're talking about. Yeah, if I'm writing it, I'm finishing it and I'm crying, and then when I read it again, I'm crying. So if I read stuff back and I cry and I read stuff back and I laugh, I think, OK, that's the job done. But, yeah, it's... Because it's about older people, I like to talk about grief, or I feel I have to. I like to talk about, you know, death and all of that. I think you have to do that. You have to be very, very honest about how people's lives are, because then you can have... Because there are loads of adventures and there are loads of fun and there are loads of new friends. but there's also difficulty. So yeah, it was hard to write, but I'm glad I did because so many people come and talk to me about it.
And so is everybody. I mean, We Solve Murders, not even out yet, being turned into a series already. You've got Steven Spielberg on the phone for the Thursday Murder Club. Well, Big Steve, yeah. Well done, you, Richard. Yeah.
Most importantly, I need my redemption day on House of Games.
On House of Games, yeah.
I have to because
you were so unlucky, Craig, to get so few points. Like day after day, so unlucky.
I'm so unlucky. The questions didn't suit me, Richard.
Yeah, I mean, every single one of them didn't suit you. It was like, honestly, I felt for you.
Can I give the books back? I bought all of my ones. Well done.
Congratulations. Bring some in.
He's fantastic. Look, it's great, and I'm just loving your work.
Thank you, mate.
Okay, take care of yourself. Thanks for coming in. Right.
Voice. What a voice and what a man. Danny Jones. McFly's very own Danny Jones joins us now. Congratulations. How does it feel?
I'm not good with these compliments.
Oh,
you know, it's it's amazing. It feels amazing. Like, I really felt the impact of this show. It's incredible. Like, I've reached an audience that isn't, you know, a typical McFly fan. So it's quite nice to kind of see that reaction. And like Tom did an amazing post the other day about he's got to dress up as a fish to, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just it's been amazing. Like, we filmed it back in October, so and I went straight onto a McFly tour. So I kind of forgot about it.
So you've had to stay quiet as you like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because it's still about the voice. You know, the costumes are amazing, quite theatrical, very fun, but actually it's the voice that won it.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure on me, obviously, being in a band and
just a little
being a singer.
Okay. I'm going to take Lorraine Kelly down.
I think that's why I pushed myself, though, on, like, choosing songs that nobody's ever heard me sing. And what were a challenge for me as well. Like, how can I go into this challenging myself and pushing myself and, you know, taking it that next step further? And the team were amazing. The vocal coach was amazing, Anna. Like, shout out to those guys, because I was touring at the same time as doing the show, and it was just all at once. But, yeah, incredible experience.
Talk about challenge. I mean, how did you keep that secret? And as well, you kept it a secret from your little boy Cooper.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I saw the video last night, and my heartstrings. Let's have a little...
Oh, yes.
It's you!
Oh, how lovely was that?
That was amazing. You know, I have to thank my wife for that. She set up that camera. I would have completely missed that and never had that moment ever. It would have been missed, so that was an amazing moment.
Is it hard keeping the secret from everybody? Because I think I'd want to broadcast it, but that's sort of the person I am.
Do you know what? It is. And I left the house every day with this visor on that was only one way, balaclava, a hoodie on that said, "Don't speak to me." And I was the most vulnerable, leaving my house and getting into my car. I was thinking, if any neighbours see me now, they'll be thinking this is proper dodge.
He's in the Masked Singer, look.
Yeah, it's proper dodge.
So you don't talk, when you get onto set as well, you don't know the other contestants, you don't see each other. How do you work that?
Oh, I like playing the game, though. I was like, oh, look. So if someone was walking by in the corridor, I'd stop and I'd wind them all up and go, look, his shoes, look, he looks like he's in his 40s. He looks like he's in his 40s with those shoes, got to be. Yeah, so you can't...
So
honestly,
everyone's covered all the time?
Everyone's covered all the time. You don't speak to anybody. It's proper strict. It's like Squid Game. It's literally like you cannot... It's proper strict.
Did you guess any of the other co-stars, you know, when you were behind the scenes?
No, I was trying to.
Did you get any of them right?
Not one of them.
Not one?
Not one of them. I mean, we were really kept separate.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's an amazing job they do on that show of, like, keeping it all separate, you know, and secret.
The costumes are phenomenal. Big part of it. What's it like to sing inside of one of those? I want to put it on so badly, I can't even tell you. But, I mean, can you see anything when you're in there? What's it like?
So the eye line's just below, it's kind of just below, so I could see the front row of the audience. It gets very hot in there, very sweaty. It's hard to breathe, which means it's harder to sing.
Because you're actually singing in there, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a microphone on, you have your in-ears in. I've got, like, underlayers on. And I've got a headband on. If you had a GoPro in there, it would have been hilarious. And yeah, you can't see much at all. It's really heavy. I had to train with a weighted vest on. I thought that's a good way of getting used to.
There's training for it then. You've got to train.
Well, I thought I'd do it. I thought I'd, you know, do all my warm-ups and at least practice the song with a weighted vest on. Because at least when I get in the costume, it doesn't feel quite as heavy.
Did the costume give you more confidence or less?
Quite liked it. Yeah.
Did you?
Because you got to... There was something quite nice about them not knowing it was me. And then you suddenly become Piranha and start, you know, playing that personality, you know, of Piranha and walking silly and having a laugh with people and, you know, fist-pumping people or fin-pumping people down in the corridor.
Can
and
you
just
dance
having a
in
laugh.
this? Can you move in it much?
Well, I can't dance anyway, so I'm not sure I can dance with a Piranha outfit on. I did a little move in my Bruno Mars song. I did a little side
move. Of that.
But no, it becomes more comfortable the more you wear it. But the first time you put it on, it's a complete shock. And you're thinking, I've got to sing Celine Dion with this song. You know, it's madness. It's all madness.
We enjoyed watching you. And your voice, your voice is so magic. It is a beautiful, beautiful voice.
Stunning voice.
Thank you so much.
You know, I copped it was you.
Did you really?
You couldn't disguise it. Yeah, because I think your voice is quite individual. So, yeah. I watched some of your acoustic stuff on YouTube. Bit of a secret fan.
I love that.
Nice to reveal it.
Do you know what? The reach of this show is incredible.
5 million people.
I know. It's
amazing.
Unbelievable. And I'm so happy I got to do it. And I'm so happy people, you know, like my voice. Because like Tom said, in McFly, we sing certain songs. We've got our albums, we've got our songs. And the McFly fans know what we can do and what we can achieve. And
we've got McFly fans in the Loose Women's Studio. They're going to be very annoyed if I don't say hello to them at the moment. So we're going to say thank you to you.
Voice. What a voice and what a man. Danny Jones. McFly's very own Danny Jones joins us now. Congratulations. How does it feel?
I'm not good with these compliments. You know, it's it's amazing. It feels amazing. Like, I really felt the impact of this show. It's incredible. Like, I've reached an audience that isn't, you know, a typical McFly fan. So it's quite nice to kind of see that reaction. And like Tom did an amazing post the other day about he's got to dress up as a fish to, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just it's been amazing. Like, we filmed it back in October, so and I went straight onto a McFly tour. So I kind of forgot about it.
So you've had to stay quiet as you like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because it's still about the voice. You know, the costumes are amazing, quite theatrical, very fun, but actually it's the voice that won it.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure on me, obviously, being in a band and
just a little
being a singer.
I'm going to take Lorraine Kelly down.
I think that's why I pushed myself, though, on, like, choosing songs that nobody's ever heard me sing. And what were a challenge for me as well. Like, how can I go into this challenging myself and pushing myself and, you know, taking it that next step further? And the team were amazing. The vocal coach was amazing, Anna. Like, shout out to those guys, because I was touring at the same time as doing the show, and it was just all at once. But, yeah, incredible experience.
Talk about challenge. I mean, how did you keep that secret? And as well, you kept it a secret from your little boy Cooper.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I saw the video last night, and my heartstrings. Let's have a little...
Oh, yes.
It's you!
Oh, how lovely was that?
That was amazing. Do you know, I have to thank my wife for that. She set up that camera. I would have completely missed that and never had that moment ever. It would have been missed, so that was an amazing moment.
Is it hard keeping the secret from everybody? Because I think I'd want to broadcast it, but that's sort of the person I am.
Do you know what? It is. And I left the house every day with this visor on that was only one way, balaclava, a hoodie on that said, "Don't speak to me." And I was the most vulnerable leaving my house and getting into my car. I was thinking, if any neighbours see me now, they'll be thinking this is proper dodge.
He's in The Masked Singer, look.
Yeah, it's proper dodge.
So you don't talk, when you get onto set as well, you don't know the other contestants, you don't see each other. How do you work that?
Oh, I like playing the game, though. I was like, oh, look. So if someone was walking by in the corridor, I'd stop and I'd wind them all up and go, look, his shoes, look, he looks like he's in his 40s. He looks like in his 40s with those shoes, got to be. Yeah, so you can't... honestly,
everyone's covered all the time?
Everyone's covered all the time. You don't speak to anybody. It's proper strict. It's like Squid Game. It's literally like You cannot. It's proper strict.
Did you guess any of the other co-stars, you know, when you were behind the scenes?
No, I was trying to.
Did you get any of them right?
Not one of them.
Not one?
Not one of them. I mean, we were really kept separate.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's an amazing job they do on that show of, like, keeping it all separate, you know, and secret.
The costumes are phenomenal, big part of it. What's it like to sing inside of one of those? I want to put it on so badly, I can't even tell you. But, I mean, can you see anything when you're in there? What's it like?
So the eye line's just below, it's kind of just below, so I could see the front row of the audience. It gets very hot in there, very sweaty. It's hard to breathe, which means it's harder to sing.
Because you're actually singing in there, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a microphone on, you have your in-ears in. I've got, like, underlayers on, and I've got a headband on. If you had a GoPro in there, it would have been hilarious. And, yeah, you can't see much at all. It's really heavy. I had to train with a weighted vest on. I thought that's a good way of getting used to...
That's training for it, then. You've got to train.
Well, I thought I'd do it. I thought I'd, you know, do all my warm-ups and at least practice the song with a weighted vest on. Because at least when I get in the costume, it doesn't feel quite as heavy.
Did the costume give you more confidence or less?
I quite liked it, yeah.
Did you?
Because you got to... There was something quite nice about them not knowing it was me. And then you suddenly become Piranha and start, you know, playing that personality, you know, of Piranha and walking silly and having a laugh with people and, you know, fist-pumping people or fin-pumping people down in the corridor.
Can
and
you
just
dance
having a
in
laugh.
this? Can you move in it much?
Well, I can't dance anyway, so I'm not sure I can dance with a Piranha outfit on. I did a little move in my Bruno Mars song. I did a little side move.
Bit of that.
But no, it becomes more comfortable the more you wear it. But the first time you put it on, it's a complete shock. And you're thinking, I've got to sing Celine Dion with this song. You know, it's madness. It's all madness.
We enjoyed watching you. And your voice,
Thank you so
voice is so magic. It is a beautiful, beautiful voice.
Stunning voice.
Thank you so much.
You know, I copped it was you.
Did you really?
You couldn't disguise it. Yeah, because I think your voice is quite individual. So, yeah. I watched some of your acoustic stuff on YouTube. Bit of a secret fan.
I love that.
Nice to reveal it.
Do you know what? The reach of this show is incredible.
5 million people.
I know. It's
Amazing.
unbelievable. And I'm so happy I got to do it. And I'm so happy people, you know, like my voice. Because like Tom said, in McFly, we sing certain songs. We've got our albums, we've got our songs. And the McFly fans know what we can do and what we can achieve. And
we've got McFly fans in the Loose Women's studio. They're going to be very annoyed if I don't say hello to them at the moment. So we're going to say thank you to you.
I'm delighted to say that, well, one of our heroes, Rick, joins us now. It's so nice to see you, Rick.
No, so nice to be back.
Honestly.
It's always great fun.
And you're cooking for us today.
I know.
Well, I'm doing a coconut curry from prawn curry. Hope you like your prawns. But
do,
it's
very much.
It's from Calcutta or Kolkata. Yeah.
Just seeing you there with Floyd was just your first TV performance appearance. What do you... I mean, Floyd was so interesting, wasn't he? He was... No one really liked him. He was kind of like quite rock and roll, really, wasn't he?
Well, he was. I think he brought sort of rock and roll into cooking.
Yeah.
I think he did us all a great favour because it's sort of like... I guess in some ways, sort of being a singer and being in a rock and roll band, it's sort of about bringing pleasure to people, and that's what cooking is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's sort of...
But it's show business, isn't it?
It's
show
show
business. People go into your restaurant.
It's a tough old scene in kitchens, but there's a bit of rock and roll about it too, you know. It's sort of... I just minded, actually, my first series. I'm in the kitchen, actually, during a service, and I'm going off on one, saying, like, it's like crazy. It's like the Second World War. It's like stuff coming at you all the time.
I mean, it's so hard to film a series anyway, and then to be working, it's tough.
Yeah.
How did you get on with the crew at the time?
Well, I've always loved crews. You know, I still do. Do you know the real reason I still do TV is because I love the crew I work with.
The banter.
The banter. Fun. And also, when you finish work...
Have a drink.
You have a drink.
Yeah.
And you always look forward. We always used to say at 5:29... The toys are put away, and we're going to have a beer.
Go and have a drink and
a
meal.
A few people that have been working with you down the line, and what they always love is they've never eaten better on a trip in my entire life.
Oh, that's nice of them. You never know.
And yeah, there's something very kind of special about that, isn't it? 'Cause especially when you're on the road with a small crew and they become like properly part of your family.
They are, and
become your friends.
You know, it's like going on holidays with your family. I always think, you know, because we know each other and we have tiffs. But they're not serious because we know exactly how we all operate, you know?
It's so true.
So let's go back to where it all began.
Yeah.
How did the nightclub and freeze-dried curries end up with Rick's time? It was just...
Well, I mean, I took over with my best friend Johnny, who took over this club in Padstow in the 70s, this was, and we had a late licence that went on till 1 o'clock in the morning. And in those days, that was in some sort of rural part of Cornwall, it was unheard of. And the licence meant we had to produce food, a substantial meal.
What, in order to have alcohol in there?
Yeah, because it was a supper licence. So the supper for us were these free
Were you a chef at the time or not?
No, I had been a chef when I left school, but I'd forgotten all about it. And, I mean, these curries were terrible, but quite a few of the locals really liked them. I don't know if you remember them. I think they're called Vesta curries.
And what do you do? Is it like a powder?
Add water, Alison, add water and boil.
Sounds lovely.
But I love that. When you go to a nightclub or a big pub or something and to get around the licensing, there's a pub in Stockwell called the Swan, big Irish pub.
Yeah.
And they used to have this, like, lazy... was it Lazy Susan or Dumbwaiter? One Dumbwaiter. And then you'd open this hatch and loads of sausage and chips would come out about 12 o'clock at night. It was the most fun.
That was it. That was the same thing.
So then how did that end up being the first restaurant?
Well, I mean, it was just, I suppose... things happen to you for a reason. That's what my wife Sess always says. And we got closed down because we had this nightclub. Both me and Johnny were very green behind the ears, and we couldn't keep order, really. And all these fishermen were coming in unused to a late licence like this, getting inebriated, and there were lots of fights. And eventually the police objected to our licence.
That's Stein's place again. Oh, come on.
And I was declared not a fit and proper person to hold a licence.
Oh, wow.
Right? But then about 4 years later, the inspector that had closed us down, was instrumental, invited me to tea. And he just said, we felt so sorry for you because you're obviously very nice boys and you had no clue. And I said that was the best thing you did to us because basically, as a result of us being closed down, I opened a restaurant and the rest is sort of history in my terms. You know, it was sort of like it became not an instant success, but it was successful pretty soon. And that's why I took to cooking. So it's not like I was, you know, hell-bent on being a great chef. I did it because I needed the money.
And the rest is history. You've been making successful shows ever since. And now you've got this successful series. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that was just because I sort of came to the conclusion that actually you can't talk about British food as being like roast beef, Yorkshire pudding, fish and chips, because there's so many different influences coming into the country.
It's changed, hasn't it, over the time?
Changed. So I just decided to do this journey around the country, just trying all different types of cuisine.
So lovely. And I love that, because for me, like, working on... One of the lovely things about working in a show is you meet so many chefs from different places and you tell it a country's history by its food. You know, it's in so many ways, and migration and how those kind of... See, April there, and how those sort of foods have come to be part of the nation's story and the character, right?
It is, that's absolutely it. And I mean, I think there's... One of the things that I drew from it, really, is that I think there's quite a lot of things going wrong in the country at the moment, but actually, I think in food terms, it's very positive.
Yeah, there's a lot going right.
There's a lot going right. And I think, really, when you're sharing food with people, you don't want to be sort of aggressive with them. You want to be sort of like... And so you always have good conversations. That's, I think, why my series have worked so well, because wherever I am, people want to talk about their own food.
And it's those characters that stick in your mind. Did anyone really resonate with you on your travels?
Well, certainly in this particular series, I just had this wonderful time in Morecambe in Lancashire. There was these two people, one who I met 20 years ago doing potted shrimps, but this fantastic guy on a tractor going right out to Morecambe Sands, about 4 or 5 miles.
My goodness.
The thing about it was his tractor, it was so rusty and old. And I was saying, he was called Ray, and I said, Ray, do you ever sort of worry when you're out there you will break down? He said, oh, yeah, we do break down occasionally. And I'm thinking, the time...
I know.
Unbelievable. And he just fixed it there,
Yeah. And it's just... He just really touched my heart because he's such a sort of British character.
And just very briefly, you've got the tour as well. Tell us.
Yeah, well, I'm just doing a stage tour, actually, because I'm sort of quite... I just like an audience. It's funny, you know, because I'm a chef.
You're good
Why
with
would
people,
I like
though.
an audience?
You are good with people.
But I just, you know, I'm sure you've felt it, that when you get a great reaction from people in an audience, it just spurs you on to do sort of good things. And I'm so looking forward to
an evening with you would be great. So listen, Rick Stein's Food Stories continues Monday to Friday on BBC Two at 6:30. Catch up available on BBC iPlayer. Tickets all on sale now for an evening with Rick Stein on the UK tour, and Rick is hanging around with us. And the king of Saturday Night, Jonathan Ross, joins us now. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me on. It's very nice, especially with free lunch thrown in.
You're having a lovely time, aren't you?
I've got prawn in my teeth, but that was delicious. I tell you what, I think he knows how to cook.
He really does.
Not bad, eh? He's got a future that style, hasn't
And
he?
it wasn't too spicy, was it? It was
Lovely.
just right.
Just right.
The Masked Singer, we just love it. And you on the panel, you're iconic. Your guesses are all over the place.
It's great fun to do. It really is great fun. And you know, of course, it's great fun to be on the other side.
Oh, it was amazing.
People love it. And that's what's lovely about it, is the team are so nice and they look after everyone.
They are.
Everyone who takes their mask off, they always said, I just had the best time.
Yeah.
So that's why it's lovely to be part of that family and be doing that show. And it's great fun to watch it and see it happening.
Always lovely to do a show as well that you know, generations watch at home. And
Yeah.
it's a proper
Well,
kind of old-school Saturday night show.
It's a first for me, really, because I've never done stuff before which really had family audiences.
Yeah.
And it's so lovely, you know, like I now meet families out with little kids, and of course the only thing they know before is the Masked Singer. And they think I'm the silly man from the Masked Singer, which of course is fair enough. So it is a really lovely thing. And seeing the kids in the audience, they get so excited for the characters they love, which is why Bigfoot is still in, I think. Because Bigfoot, let's face it, of the three left in it, Bigfoot isn't the best singer out of those three. Matter of fact, Bigfoot wasn't the best singer in the whole competition. And yet the way Bigfoot works the crowds and gets the kids all excited, they keep voting for it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you could be a really good singer, but you go out quite early. I mean, Kiara Settle as Airfryer, her voice is incredible.
I mean, yeah, Dionne Warwick really early on as well. Her voice is incredible. But then a lot of it is steered by the audience. The audience decide first, and then we have to choose who we send home from who they've put in the bottom two. And so already the hard work's been done for us, and we just think, who do we want to hear more from? You know, and who are we more intrigued about finding out? So, but it is a weird show in that respect, because it isn't really a singing competition, because you don't have to be that great a singer to make it to the end, as Bigfoot has proven.
It must be nice for you as well to do a show that isn't. You're not the focal point of it, and by that I mean when you're doing your own chat show, pretty much every other show you've done, you're the pivot, right? So you've got to make sure everyone's happy.
You're sort of driving the show,
right?
Yeah,
so
and
it must be quite nice just to back it up.
It's lovely, especially at my age. Sometimes during the Masked Singer, I have a little nap.
When do you do that? Underneath the desk?
When people are singing. I did actually fall asleep years ago. Once I was interviewing someone, I fell asleep while I was interviewing someone.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
Good job it wasn't live.
It wasn't live. It was downstairs. It was like not in a studio, but it was downstairs in a very hot room. And he was someone I knew from years, and he thought I was doing it as a joke. Because while he was answering the questions, you know, we do that thing where you're going.
You were that tired.
And after I had to say, no.
Can you remember who it was?
Yeah, it was Charlie Hickson.
That's terrible. That is hilarious.
Speaking of, Charlie obviously would be a great guest on The Masked Singer. Speaking of which, you've got Rob Brydon here for the final tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, Rob's a guest panellist. He's with us on there, and it's great fun because he's so funny.
Yeah.
And you know he's going to kind of deliver when they come to him. So, and he kind of gives me a hard time as well, which is fine. I like that. So he's great. And we've had so many great guests. Having Jennifer Saunders on was great, especially as the person revealed was someone she'd worked with for years, and she didn't get it.
Yeah, brilliant.
And Lorraine Kelly, that was a bit of a shock when she was literally on The Masked Singer.
And I thought Lorraine could sing quite well. It was quite good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why we were fooled. I don't mean to be rude, but you know what I mean? I didn't think of her as having that good a voice.
Yeah.
And she could have been a singer.
And the chemistry between the judges now is just so good, isn't it?
That's because we all hate each other.
You don't. You can tell
it's really weird because we really do. One of the fun things about doing the show, when we start again, we'll be doing a new series later in the year for next year. When we get together again, it's so lovely because it is like just a bunch of friends getting back together who've been off doing stuff, and we keep in touch all the way through the year as well.
Lovely. I think we've got a shot of Rob for this weekend. Do we have to take a look?
Are you excited to be here for our grand final?
I couldn't be more excited, and your trousers have taken it to a whole new level.
They really have. Rob, you've had a #1 hit before. Do you think that's going to help with this evening?
You know how it is, Rita. When you've had a #1,
right,
you understand the music business. Have you ever had a #1, Jonathan?
No, but I had a very successful #2 just before the show started. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
That was great. That was pure Bob Monkhouse, that one.
It's from the old school.
So who do you want to win? Oh, you're not allowed to say.
Well, I can say, I mean, the thing is, of all three of them in the final, I would be happy whichever one wins. I know, of course, I'm not allowed to say, but because they're all there for different reasons. I mean, you know, like, obviously, Piranha can sing amazingly and has shown such range. Cricket can sing amazingly as well. What a singer, what great moves. And Bigfoot, not a great singer, I said, but such a lovely, fun performer to watch.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, I mean, I think people will be pleased and surprised with the result.
I do think Cricket is Lamar, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I really do. His voice is so deep and so lovely.
Just talk about the chat shows back this weekend. So, and actually, I sort of wanted to ask you about Steve Wright, because in the same way that Steve sort of pioneered that zoo kind of format on the radio. You know, he was such a great guy to be around, wasn't he, Steve?
Yeah, there wasn't a nicer man.
Yeah.
And everyone said that about him. That's what's interesting, you know, the praise that's come out from him afterwards. Because every time you went in there, you knew there was no side to Steve. No. There was no snark. He wasn't judging what you're doing. He just wanted whatever project you had coming out that you were there for, he wanted it to do well. And he was engaged with the show, he was fun, and he also, you sensed he loved his audience.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a genuine bond he had with them, and they loved him back.
But we feel that with you, don't we?
Well, I was going to say, because he completely, and he did that thing where, you know, you used to go over to the States and you'd drive around in his car and listen to radio. But you were sort of the first TV show host to bring that kind of Letterman-style thing over here.
Well, when I was in America, I'd signed up for something called, there was a Museum of Broadcasting. This is long before the internet, where you can just see clips. And if you wanted to watch old talk shows, you couldn't really find them, but the Museum of Broadcasting had them all. So I used to go, when I was on holiday, I'd go and spend a day there, and you would select a show from, like, the 50s or 60s, and you would see it happening. There was a machine, but an arm would come along and pick out a VHS tape and insert it into the thing, yeah, and you could watch, like, Johnny Carson from 61 or something like that. And I still love the form of the talk show. I love seeing it being reinvented, twisted. I love seeing the traditional ones. I still love seeing the old ones. So it's something I've always loved doing, and I'm thrilled and happy that I'm still allowed to do it.
That's great.
And you're really good at it as well. You're good at...
Not everyone agrees with Alison, but it's very nice
I
of you to
agree.
say so.
Because you always prep. You genuinely love film, don't you?
I love film, but also I'm genuinely interested in the people on. You know, I'm normally interested in what's going on in their life. Like this week on the show, we've got Paloma Faith on, who's been on before, and I love Paloma Faith. And she's an amazing singer. I think sometimes we forget how good she is. And her new album is incredible. And a lot of the songs on the album, most of them, are based on this recent breakup she's had. She split up from her partner for 5 years. And she's so honest in the songs, but also she's so funny and honest and vulnerable about it on the show. You know, and I almost felt like she kept beating herself up about this. She called it a failed relationship. I was saying, no, it's not.
She talked about it on the sofa, didn't she? Yeah.
She's so lovely, isn't she? So she was great on it. Jack Whitehall was really fun. KSI was on, who told one extraordinary story that we had to cut out of the show.
Oh, gosh, what was it? Tell us that.
I can't tell you. I shouldn't have really said that. I'll tell you afterwards. But he was great, and you realise that YouTube generation...
Phenomenal.
Such a phenomenal.
Another level.
You know, and he's, like, famous all over the world, whereas older people might not necessarily know who he is, but he's such a charming, likeable
Lovely
character.
guy,
He's a great guest, yeah.
All the kids love him. And we've got the
Oscars. So what's your take on... I mean, it's great we're doing it on ITV.
Well, ITV have got the Oscars, so it's free to view, because it's been on Sky for years, so you had to be a Sky subscriber to get it. But now it's free on air on ITV1 and ITVX, and we're going live with it about 10:30, I think, in the evening. So
How's
we'll be
that
doing
working?
the pre-show.
Like, you're going to be watching it live?
We'll be watching it from one of the studios here.
Yeah.
And we'll be watching it, and we'll see the red carpet stuff. We've got someone out there reporting on the red carpet. You'll see all the outfits, you'll hear all the interviews as people come in. Then when the show starts, and when they go to commercial break, you'll come back to us in the studio. I've got some great guests lined up. Not allowed to say who they are yet, I'm afraid.
That's a shame.
I just can't say it. But they are, and we'll be talking about, you know, what we think of the results, what we think of the winners, what we think of the reaction, the speeches, and also who knows what's going to happen tonight. Because the thing about the Oscars is,
Bit of drama.
well, 2 years ago, the Will Smith moment, you know, you get things like that happen on a fairly regular basis. So who knows?
Who could have predicted
fascinating that, wasn't it? Because, like you said, like Chris Rock told this kind of like okay joke, and then it was just, and then it was just this slow walk. And I remember just reading in my notes, you go, "What floor manager is going to stop Will Smith when he walks on set?"
But I thought it was a sketch.
Right.
At the time, I thought it was, this is such
I think
a
Chris Rock thought it was a sketch.
It was so odd. I mean, it was just, there was nothing you could have predicted about it. And also the fallout afterwards, you think, why did it even happen? It's so strange.
I heard you have the best dressing rooms ever. Is it true?
No, when I do The Masked Singer, when we do The Masked Singer, we do it in a fairly kind of like, very sort of like, not Spartan, but basic studio out in Hemel Hempstead. And so you're in like a porter cabin, and we're there for a couple of weeks solid, so I always try and make it a bit more like home. So I will take you on the first day, I'll bring in a record player, a coffee machine, some posters, a comic rack, video games.
Bring a van.
Chair. I'll bring a chair with a thing like that. eye mask. I'm in there relaxing the whole time. Well, outside, just, you know, they're all getting their... They've got their glam squad to make them look good. And I realise now no glam squad in the world can make me look good. So I'm just lying there and I'm thinking, you know what, I might as well spend the time with a coffee and a movie.
Brilliant.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Lovely.
My pleasure.
Masked Singer final tomorrow, ITV 7, and then Jonathan Ross show starts tomorrow at 9:50. ITV1, ITVX. The Oscars coverage starts on 9 o'clock, ITV1 and X on Sunday.
9 o'clock? Oh, I better cancel my earlier appointment. I thought it was 10:30.
Loose women. Our next guest, there's so many strings to the bow. Starting off with a band that achieved 2 top 10 albums and 7 consecutive top 10 singles, and still, you play it on a night, you get some... You play Scandalous on a night, it's an absolute banger.
Tune. Anyway, she's a judge on a BAFTA-winning show. She's raised vital awareness and funds for multiple charities and can even bust out the foxtrot at a minute's notice, can't you,
Don't know
darling?
about that, darling.
A best-selling author, Alicia Dixon, is releasing a second book in the award-winning Luna Wolf series. That is quite a list of achievements.
Oh.
Young lady.
Feels like there's still so much more to do, Dermot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, welcome,
Well
Alicia.
done on
It's nice
this.
to see you.
Nice to see you
So
too.
tell us about this, Luna Wolf Code Dangerous. This is the second in this series,
So it's
right?
the second book in this particular series.
Tell us about Luna Wolf.
So Luna Wolf is an amazing little girl who basically wants to continue her mother's work. Her mum worked for a bit of a naughty scientist who had some naughty plans for some super pets. So animals are really at the forefront of this story, and it's about her stepping into that new role. She has to deal with the media. She has to find the villain who have got an alternative plan for the super pets, essentially.
Right.
So she's on a mission to help these animals and protect them.
Including a polar bear, a tiger, a crocodile, and an eagle.
Yeah, well, kids just love animals, don't they? So I just felt, for me, as somebody that's supported so many animal charities, that I really wanted to put them at the forefront of a story.
Yeah, lovely.
You know, and yeah, so there's people that have got an agenda, which is what happens in the real world. So I think with kids, you can really show them how important it is to protect them and treat them with kindness and speak up for animals in a way that they can't for themselves.
Where did your love of animals stem from? Where did it start?
I mean, I grew up with animals. I've always had them around me. My mum is a huge animal activist in her own way, and we've always rescued dogs. I've been on many sort of missions myself in terms of bear rescues. I've done undercover filming at dodgy venues in Thailand.
Really?
I've done a lot of things over the years. And it just felt like a no-brainer to sort of show children, you know, what's out there. As you know, there's a lot of animals that are exploited for the wrong reasons. So it just felt befitting to put that in a story, but in a very fun and entertaining way.
What was your bear rescue?
Oh, yeah, so I got to go out to Romania and I got to... I mean, World Animal Protection have been working for years to try and rescue this bear that was in the most horrific condition. And I got to be a part of that rescue, and we put the bear into... Well, I didn't personally lift him up myself.
You watched?
I was
Come on,
there.
amp up the story.
I was
So anyway, got
documenting
him on
it all.
shoulders.
And then, you know, seeing the bear go into this amazing sanctuary was incredible. I've actually been on this show a few times and talked about some of those missions that I've done in the past. So it feels like a lovely little full circle moment.
It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
It really is. Now, obviously, you've got daughters.
Yes.
Have they read it?
Well, I was just saying to Dermot, my 10-year-old, she's only read Lightning Girl, my first book. I mean, this is my 8th children's book. How rude. She's got an opinion on everything. So she chose some of the character names. She's not happy with me that I didn't change her outfit for book 2. She said I shouldn't have put her in that yellow top.
Oh, she's not feeling this little outfit
She likes the outfit, but because it was on the first book, she thinks I should have changed it for the second one. So that's a bit annoying. So she's got an opinion about it, but she hasn't read that one yet.
Lisa, the thing that took me back when I started writing for kids was when you go out and you do the book tours. And you see, and like, hey, the kids know your book way better than you know.
Oh, they do.
And they tell you about yourself.
They're so honest.
But the level of engagement really took me back, and just getting kids to read is the most important thing.
100%. There's nothing nicer than having a parent come up to you and say, thank you, my child is now reading because your book inspired them. And, you know, Azura was the reason I started writing books in the first place. I don't know about you, Alison, but when I was younger, I didn't have any books that had a girl that looked like us on the cover.
It's the first thing I said. I said it looks like when I was a kid, that did.
Exactly.
When would you ever see a book like that? It's so nice.
Yeah, and when you read the book, there's so many nods to my Jamaican heritage. You know, I would have loved to have read a book that talked about Ackee and Saltfish and a bit of Beres Hammond. So it's like having these cultural references makes children feel at home when they read it and when they feel seen within the book.
Did you know Beres Hammond was my cousin?
What?
What?
Yeah. I only just found
tell
out
me
the other
that.
day. Yeah.
Are you
like
joking?
A third cousin.
Are you joking?
Found out when?
Like the other day,
Please don't
someone
tell
told
me
me,
you're
someone in my
winding me
family. I'm not actually. We need to get him on the show.
You've done DNA Journey.
Yeah, seriously, he's like my third cousin.
Please get him on the show, and then he can do a little show for us all as well.
I know. Anyway, wow.
That's amazing.
Let's talk about Britain's Got Talent. It's coming back in. I know. Just drop that one.
Yeah, I'll just pick
I'm
that
taking
name
over
up
from
for you.
Giles, dropping those bombs. But anyway, listen. Britain's Got Talent's coming back in the spring.
Yeah, we just
What can we
finished
expect?
Manchester.
What's the talent saying?
The talent is always good. You know how it goes. Like, people are just amazing, aren't they? They are. The things
where they find them, these producers.
Well, they come from all over the world now. They literally come from all over the world.
When the show's been on that long, you've got to appreciate this, like, a 10-year-old watching the first year
This
is
is
now
it.
20 or whatever, and then...
And they're inspired to come on the show. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride, a lot of rule breaking again. Since Bruno's joined the panel, there's a lot of... The rules have all gone out the window.
He's so funny, the way he stands up and he's
He
shouting.
doesn't know how to sit. It's literally like sitting next to an excitable puppy.
Lisa, what do you get excited to see when you do talent? Do you love the dance troupes? Do you love the singers? Do you love... Is there anyone particular that you go,
I embrace it all, but more than ever, I just like connecting with people and hearing their stories and, you know, figuring out what it is about the show that made them come on this year and why they felt moved to do so. And once you connect with the person, you're just willing them to do well. So whatever shape or form it comes in, whoever it is, I just want them to have the best moment that they possibly can.
Do you play back? Do you hold back on the golden... I don't know what I'd be with my golden buzzer.
I do a bit.
You don't want to play it too early.
Yeah, you don't want to let it go too soon.
But I know what I'm like.
You only get one,
day
don't you?
one.
You are supposed to get one, but that rule seems to have gone out of the window.
That's Simon.
Well, it's Bruno and Simon, the pair of them. But generally speaking, I'm the last one to press it. I'm a bit more particular.
Yeah.
But when I do, I like it to be something meaningful. So my Golden Buzzer Act this year, he is doing a lot of good in the world, and I'm so happy that he's got this platform to show what he does.
Simon busts those rules so much.
He's such a
The X
rebel.
Factor used to go, I fancy the overs this year, but we're going to change the category to 25 and a half. And you're like, what?
Do you know, the producers, they still haven't learnt that if you want him to do something, ask him to do the opposite. Because he is a born rebel.
True. That's so clever.
I love it, though. It's like anything goes.
Ask him to do the opposite.
What about asking you to do some new music? When's that going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to the studio when I leave here. Oh, my God, we had a contestant come on the show this year, I don't think they'll mind me saying, that did The Boy Does Nothing heavy metal style.
No, Whoa. Did you like it?
I buzzed it pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was intense.
Stop.
It was
there.
so intense. But yeah, I am putting out music this year.
Great.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I've been writing for a long time and it's time to put something into the world.
And how does that music compare to the stuff we're watching now? And
Well, this
stuff
was
you
of
did when
its
you were young?
time,
Yeah,
right?
right. So, totally. So what do you like to write about now? What's your
I wouldn't...
muse now?
I mean, the Alicia Show album was very... It was very pop and it worked at the time, but I think for
That's
me...
a big concept album. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the mission statement for me at the moment is I'm just writing music that I love, that I listen to, that's authentic to me, that when you hear it, you'll go, oh, that's the Alicia that I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's really the mission statement.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Alicia, you are absolutely smashing it. Author, judge, pop star.
Back at you, babes.
Presenter, everything.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You're incredible. Thank
Oh,
you so
thank
much for
you.
joining us.
Thank
the
you
book
so
is out
much.
now.
Yes.
Luna Wolf, Code Danger.
Yes.
Alicia Dixon. Right now.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.